Alright.
Well, actually,
Agree.
firstly and most important question: has everyone done their leveling up?
Yeah, I did mine last week.
Yes. I kind of didn't yet.
I need to do like one last thing, and then I'm done.
I got minimum health and
Are there any significant developments from your leveling up? Like, I'm kind of assuming you've got your stuff from your class and you've improved your health and all that stuff. But has anyone, I don't know, taken another rank in their specialization or
Oh yeah,
done
I've taken
anything
another
major?
rank in Spirit Walker.
I took one in my spec for mechanic.
yeah, I think everyone gets specialization
Oh yeah, everyone does.
upgrade.
Oh yeah,
Level
but
6.
has anyone not gone journeyman? Did anyone do anything else?
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
Okay, I'll just assume everyone's on board. And
Oh, actually, Spret will probably be a bigger creature now. Because I get Beast of Lancia now as...
that's true. Well, for now, you can just say he's like a bigger snake.
Yeah, and
And
then
you can
tell you.
change him to a different form if you like.
It's a basilisk.
Are there
No,
basilisks?
no, he can't have a basilisk.
I
That's
can't-
not
oh,
quite
you're
a
sure,
good
Wolfie?
profile.
I'd be okay with that.
I was trying to get you something cool, Raj.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll take Basilisk.
I don't think I should have the
Hippo.
Basilisk, just for my own safety.
Was the health increase
Hungry,
at level
hungry
up
hippo.
1d6 plus constitution?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because in D&D you get different hit dice for each character. It's quite cool.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
one just wants to use the D6.
Afraid so. But it's part of that whole flatter mechanic, and I think that armor is in some ways more significant than your health pool.
Oh yeah, armor's way more important. But it feels like defense doesn't do that much unless you're like, stupid high decks.
Do you mean unless you're Garrick?
Yeah, pretty much.
If you get shot in the face, you die. It's just simple.
It's logic.
Yes.
Anyone that gets shot in the face dies.
I don't think Dart does.
Apart from Dart, who just
Yeah.
takes everything in the face and then just kind of staggers around. And then still has to politely ask for healing at the end. Alright, okay, I'm going to assume that everyone's good on their leveling up, but if there are any issues, just let me know more.
I still got a few things.
Can I do the thing of, instead of it just being, I get a -2 to all I roll for death magic? Oh, for death I can, I should have said.
Sorry, you get your extra +2 for death.
Oh, let's say -2 for all death magic. Or death arcana.
Sorry, why would it be -2?
To the actual roll, do you know, so I don't have to get like a 15, I only need to get...
Oh, I see, right, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so I think we should get started. So I'm just going to pop you back into the map where you were, although a little time has passed. If nothing else, it is now daytime. Right, so just to summarize quickly, you guys had kind of gone off to deal with several other problems and let the wagons carry on their mission. And due to various delays with killing blood cultists and saving hobgoblins and getting caught in not at all suspicious storms, you kind of were separated for quite a while. And when you got back, you found that the orcs who had been hired to be the hunters for the expedition had apparently also been paid off by 11-Eye Jake back in Prosperity Junction, and they had turned on the expedition when they found an area that looked like it would be profitable, which involved them mostly chasing off most of the expedition, scattering them in various directions, and indeed even killing a few of them. and injured Ikma. You managed to find Ikma, healed her before she died, and then were able to retake the camp and kill about half of the orcs. Arrested a bunch more of them. The orc known as Narg, the stumpy one, submitted to Twig's combat prowess. The rest were all arrested. Boomer, who was like the orc leader, he sort of refused to properly surrender, and Garrick gave him a dose of frontier justice in the form of a bullet to the head. And yeah, that's more or less where we were. You'll notice that things are a bit brighter in this map. I'm going to say that we've moved forward to the next day. Sun comes up and everyone's had a bit of a chance to rest and get themselves together, rested, fed. You kept the orcs kind of like... Obviously the barbed wire fence was rather damaged, but like you've kept the orcs kind of penned up around here. Eagle Eye and Claude have taken turns kind of keeping watch on them over the night. Jesse Redhammer, Smig, and Longhorn Arnold, who all briefly died during the encounter, have somewhat recovered, but are still kind of suffering exhaustion from everything they've been through. And yeah, that's more or less where we are. It's a very nice sunny morning. The Aether geysers, which are in the bottom left of the map, are kind of doing their nice kind of rotation where one column of burning magic kind of rises up high and the other two go down, and then it moves around and a different one moves up high and the others go down. And you've kind of got used to that sound, that sort of whooshing noise of that magic rushing up out of the earth. And you've got a fire going, you've had some breakfast. What would you like to do?
I want to go over to the geyser, or like whichever guy, like sort of timing it so that I'm near the one that's sort of going up,
Okay.
and hold my sunstone out to it, see what happens.
Ooh, okay. Right. Okay, so...
if anything, that is.
No, Twig carries up to the nearest geyser, as you've just done, and yeah, he's sort of holding this sphere in two hands. She sort of like flies as near as she dares to the geyser and sort of waits for it to sort of rotate round to this one. And as the column for that geyser kind of like rises up with this big force of magic and gets very, very high, the sun sphere starts to tremble quite violently in Twig's hands and starts to get very hot to the touch and even starts to smoke a bit. And just, shakes with increasing violence in your hands, like you have to start holding onto it tighter and tighter to stop it from dropping it. But it's also starting to burn your tiny little fingers.
I'm gonna keep at it, keep holding it. Like, is that all that happens, or is it like getting worse?
No, it begins to get worse. The sphere starts to shine very brightly, and very soon Twig can't even look directly at it. It's like looking directly into the sun. It leaves bright spots on the inside of her eyelids, and it continues to get hot, and little pieces of the metal on the outside of the sphere are sort of starting to peel off like burned paper.
I yell. I just sort of call out, like, not really even anything, just sort of like a shout to try and gain attention from one of the magic-y people.
Okay, you shout. Does anyone want to help?
Maybe you should take it away from the,
Yeah. I did just take a focus in... Well, I was going to take perception tasting, but I don't think I want to taste that thing.
That thing looks like it's gonna explode soon.
But what if this opens it? I just need help, like channeling the magic. Surely.
Can I do an arcane law check? See if I know what's going on.
Yeah. Are you going over to get a better look? Because
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. But yeah, you can absolutely make an arcane law check.
Okay.
Obviously, this is a kind of magic that you are not familiar with, so it's going to be hard.
18.
Okay, and you stunted as well.
I'm gonna lick it and not burn myself.
Okay, well, you lick it. You will burn yourself if you lick it, because as I said,
Oh
it's very
no,
hard.
I wanted to use my stunt points to not burn myself.
Okay, fine. You lean
No,
forward and
I'll-
lick it, but your tongue kind of like steams a little bit. But Krosek doesn't seem too bothered by that. It tastes like extremely powerful magic burning up.
It's burning up.
Yeah.
probably-
And you at a wild guess, you would say, by the way it's acting, and by the way the gazer seems to be like getting out of sync. Like the one that it should have rotated by now, but the one that Twig is next to is continuing to be the highest one. You would guess that they're rather volatilely interacting with each other.
Do I know what's happening? Is there a transfer of power going on here, or what's the sitch?
Your best guess is it's two very different kinds of powerful magic that don't get along.
Yeah, I should probably stop doing that.
Twig sighs and sort of like drops the orb to the ground and sort of like kicks it away so it's away from the geyser.
Does Twig taken any damage?
I was about
Oh,
to.
yeah.
If she did it any longer, I would have. But
okay.
yeah, it's fine.
It's
But
nicely
she
singed hand.
drops it to the floor, kicks it away. It rolls along the dust and kind of rolls into one of these purple crystalline formations over here. And as it touches it, the crystals just like explode, just kind of in a sort of firework bang kind of a way. Like just the whole crystals just kind of like just pop in one big yellow sparking explosion, and then a moment later there's just a lot of smoke and the sun sphere just lying there, and the crystals have just completely blown up.
Well, we might want to be careful with that.
Well, that was disappointing. Is the orb like cooling down again now?
It's still
Moving
glowing
right.
and looks pretty hot, and there's a few blackened bits on the surface where the metal is starting to peel, but it is starting to cool down.
I can shoot it.
You can shoot it.
Shoot it.
What does that do?
Oh wait, are you actually shooting it? I thought that was just a flippant remark.
Well, if they want me to shoot it, sure, but I'd race against it. Yes. There's so much magical power in there. If we somehow break or maybe even detonate it, it would be quite disastrous. Yeah.
I'm just gonna sort of like try to get it back into the tinderbox and shut it again.
Okay, so Twig kind of gets the tinderbox, and sort of carefully without touching it, kind of like almost like the same way you catch a spider by putting a glass over it. She kind of like puts the box over the sphere, and then kind of like tries to maneuver it in and scoops it up, and then shuts the box. And as soon as she shuts the box, that kind of heat wave, that shimmering heat that was coming off it, is sort of gone, and everything's fine. And when Twig turns around, the gazer behind her has finally descended back into the earth, and the next one in the sequence has begun its rising up.
With a sigh, like Twig just sort of returns back to the camp and says like, "Okay, so that's not it."
Can I inspect the stone?
Yeah. So like, I'll just give you the whole tinderbox.
Okay. Oh yeah. Do I need to like lockpick this fucking thing again, or is it?
No, it's
No,
it's
yeah.
already unlocked now. So
Oh, okay.
It works.
It works.
Careful, he's got a taste for that now.
Yeah. Can I eat this toad? No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna eat it. Oh, I don't know. Really, I don't know. What do you want me to try, Twig?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna inspect it, like to see what was going on.
I would like to do a perception tasting test.
I can have
Okay.
a look with.
Sure. Make a perception tasting test.
But first, I'm gonna hold it up to like catch the sunlight.
Okay. You hold it up to the sun. You can make a perception tasting test. I'm going to say this is a routine test.
Okay. I don't know. Are we on a map, by the way? Because I can't see anything.
Yeah, we are. We're all stood around a camp.
Okay. Hold on. I need to
Hang on.
reload.
Try reloading. If not, I'll move the players in and out of the map.
Yeah. 1 second. It's just
It's
loading
not
back in.
desperately important that you're in the map, but you know, it was more just remember where you were last time. You're still there. Can you roll, Raj?
There we go. Yeah, I'm back in.
Can you see the map?
Yes, I can.
Woo.
Just find where we are. All right. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be perception tasting, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, I closed my character sheet.
It's like it's a routine test, so you need a 7. I would just roll for it.
Okay. It's plus. No, I'm getting what I can.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't want to take things for granted.
I got an 11.
Okay. It tastes like burning.
Tastes like burning.
Yep. And
Am I familiar with this taste?
And because you didn't stunt for protection, you take 6 points of penetrating damage.
Fuck off.
Your tongue is badly scalded from licking a very, very hot thing.
You made it sound like the heat went away when you put it in the box.
Oh, well, the heat went away enough that, like, you know...
I didn't touch it by putting it back in.
Right. Well, that didn't work. Can I hold it up to the sun and see what's happening? If I look at the magic flows into it whilst I'm holding up the sun.
Sure.
Yeah.
It does pretty much what it's done before. Is it captures the sun at the right angle brilliantly and becomes very bright and golden, and the patterns on it sort of shimmer with light. And you get that sort of sense of that kind of tingling magical radiation you feel when you hold it. Like it's just oozing with power. But then that's what it did last time you held it up. It appears to be working the same as it did before Twig put it near the geyser.
Okay. Is there a way to draw magical power out of it?
No, not that you can sense. It seems quite solidly contained. Like that little bit of kind of like sparky radiation stuff is just kind of like a little above background. It's the sort of thing you'd expect from any magical object.
I'm gonna walk over to Twig and I'm gonna try and make her eat it. Because that worked for me, so by the
It's like bigger than my mouth.
Krosek doesn't care, he's just trying to like put it on your face.
Forcing it in.
Yeah. It worked for Krosek, so
Well, Twig cannot physically eat it. So
I'm gonna like tie it to her head.
I would remind you it's still hot.
Alright, I'll put it in the dirt for a bit, get rid of some of the heat, and then I'll dust it off, tie it to Twig's head after it's cooled
The
down.
4 orcs that you imprisoned are all watching this just with complete confusion and bewilderment and just looking at you like you're crazy.
That's fine.
And Narg, the stumpy one, you just overhear him saying to the others, "These are the people who defeated us. We are deeply shamed."
I think I'm just gonna like give up for now and put it back.
No, it's tied to your head. You can't. You can't just.
I can't undo knots.
No, you can't. It's a
dear.
special Saurian knots.
I guess this is my life now then.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Twig didn't consent to having the hot rock tied to her head.
Yeah, no,
so
I give up.
in terms of other plans for the day, what are people thinking?
Where?
I am going to meditate whilst Spret takes on her new form.
Okay.
I'll let you know what that is in a second.
Sure.
Was the caravan attacked before or after the sandstorm?
We might want to find the rest of the caravan.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just wondering if there's many tracks.
Oh, from what you got from talking to Jesse and Arnold and Ikmar, that the attack happened the night after the dust storm.
So there's probably tracks.
So we should head to where the attack happened. Or was it here?
It was pretty much here, in this general area, because the wagons were sort of stopped here when everything kicked off. Like, their arrival here and finding resources they can use was sort of what triggered the fight.
So I want to search the area for tracks.
Okay, cool. You want to go ahead and make that perception tracking roll for me? Call it an average. Whoa! You got 6 stump points for tracking. You can either, I don't know, you can either do an exploration stump with those, or you can just take some really good inspiration. It's up to you. But essentially what you find is a number of different wagon trails in the dirt. From what you can see from kind of searching around the camp and kind of like trying to keep track of all the different crisscrossing lines, everything happened in a bit of a panic and everything was going off in lots of different directions, but you can definitely tell that one wagon headed east, one wagon headed west, and 3 wagons seem to have headed more or less south. Like the 3 who went south kind of all headed off in slightly different directions south, but they all seem to be kind of like roughly following each other, if that makes sense. Like they're kind of widely zigzagging around, but they're all heading roughly in a southerly direction.
South seems like the best bet.
What do people think?
Well, I suggest we head south to get the 3 wagons, because there's more of them. It's hopefully easier to find, and they might be more likely to pull themselves into danger because they're a bit more obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way.
It'd also be nice if we could have like a signal here, like a signal fire, to see if we can draw back anyone else that's just near. But then I don't know what would draw people back.
Sorry.
Of the sort of the people you have here, I mean, you've got, as you can, you've got Jesse Redhammer, Smigs, you've got Eagle Eye, Claude, Longhorn Arnold, and Ikmar. You know, you can choose to bring any of these with you or leave them here to sort of do, you know, whatever. Like it's at this point, like even though Jessie's in charge of the expedition, like, you know, she's had a pretty tough time. Like people are gonna follow your lead if you give them instructions, like to stay behind and do this, or to come with them and do that.
I think we should leave other NPCs here and keep an eye on the orcs and like rebuild the camp and maybe set some kind of a signal fire or something.
Fix
I think
up
we
the
should-
prison.
I was gonna say, I think we should probably just make sure they're all like really tied up if we're leaving them, because like they might just be being sneaky until we're gone, and they could get out again. So we'll make sure they're extra secure.
Make sure to disarm them.
Oh, can we nominate Nag as the spokesperson, seeing as their leader was killed?
Yeah, sure.
He's the most reasonable.
Okay, so maybe while you guys are like tying these up and handcuffing them and generally making sure they're very secure, maybe there's some extra barbed wire fence in one of the wagons, so you guys can actually repair some of this fence and make it more of a secure cage. While you're doing that, Twig kind of tells the orcs in no uncertain terms that Narg is now their representative, and they better do what he says. And Narg nods at this and goes, "Yes, Narg swears allegiance to Tiny One." Broken Tusk orcs will submit and do as you say. The other orcs kind of glare at him, but they sort of nod and look down at the floor and are generally grumpy, but they're not arguing.
So he's just like, okay, jolly good. Nods.
Narg says, "Yes, it is jolly good, great one."
Oh, great one.
And he just looks rather awkwardly at his stump of a hand.
Right, so are like Jesse, Smigs, and Arnold are still like suffering, aren't they?
They're kind of recovering from, like, even though you resurrected them, obviously that kind of takes
So-
its toll on people.
We want to make sure they're armed at least.
Give them the orcs weapons for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we could just give them the weapons the orcs had,
Yeah,
except for obviously Big Gunner, who's like, is he actually part machine, or was he just carrying it on
he
his
was
back?
just carrying a very large kind of steam power pack kind of a weapon.
I can't imagine anyone except maybe Arnold's big enough to hold that, but seeing as he died, he probably isn't up for carrying that sort of weight yet.
He just prop it up and have it pointed at them.
Yeah, it's just I just want to make sure like we don't come back to them all slaughtered.
Well, in addition to the big gun, the various orcs that you killed and these ones you captured, they all had basically like hunting rifle type things and a few axes and knives and things like that. And you sort of just got them all in a pile from where you disarmed them.
It'll be Eagle Eye's time to shine after all her training.
Yeah, maybe she's just been using the wrong sort of gun. She needed one of these broken tusk I can't say words. Broken tusk hunting rifles.
And maybe some of the magic people can have a look at the wards scattered around to see if they can make them work.
Oh yeah, did we ever find out what the wards were doing?
No, because the shaman got
Yeah.
filled for the lightning before they did anything.
Yeah, you
Didn't they?
didn't encounter in the combat. I think it's safe to say that probably at some point during the night, one of you found out what they do, which is basically somebody. I'm gonna say Claude. Basically went over near one of them, and as soon as he got near it, it basically lit up brightly with like a little fire that lit up the whole area, and it started making this wah 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 noise that basically echoed across the entire valley that you're in. So basically, it basically just lit up the area and made a very loud noise.
Oh, okay.
And then, but over the course of the night, their little elemental fires burned out, so now they're more or less just sticks in the ground. But they could be recharged potentially.
Hmm.
I'll recharge the little fire Juju sticks. Can I take one with me actually to study?
Yeah, sure.
Like a fire flame totem.
I mean, they're fairly sizable. They're all like a sort of a couple of feet high. They're like a little chopped up log.
Put it on your back.
I'll tie it to Spret.
Okay, fair enough. Has Spret changed his form?
Yeah, I sent you a PM. It's a female. God damn it, Wolfie.
Sorry. I'm a terrible person.
Essentially, over the course of the night, it's turned into like a much larger, much larger lizard now with like 4 legs, almost like a really big Komodo dragon, and is essentially a bear as far as stats go. But yeah, much larger.
Is Spret solid enough to ride?
No, she's incorporeal, so she's like a spirit. I don't know. I guess I could ride her because I can interact with.
I think she can. She can be physical enough to interact with.
Okay, it's just she has the special
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't dream of. It would be like riding myself. It'd be very weird. I guess I could do.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, very scaly bear thing now. Lots of fangs. Yeah, I'll strap one of the totem wards to Spret.
Okay, cool. You strap it to Spret's back, and it can support the weight. Although obviously, if it does anything that makes her go spectral, like if she did a spectral attack, then she wouldn't be able to carry physical stuff anymore. But
okay, no worries.
For now, she's a physical creature, so that's fine. Okay, cool. So you're arming your friends before you leave with the weapons the orcs had, and the rest are sort of being secured away, maybe in one of the wagons somewhere. Narg has agreed that the orcs will behave, and seems to be compliant. Is there any other kind of preparations or orders you want to make with these guys, or are you ready to head on?
Can I try and charge one of the totems with death magic and see what happens? Because I'm imagining Black Wolf is kind of bored and saw them and wanted to charge one and see what happens.
Sure. Okay, so obviously these things used to sort of burn with a little elemental flame, and then that's died down. What Black Wolf finds when she goes and over to one and tries to apply a bit of her own death magic to it is it lights up again, but with a sort of very dark purple flame that casts really weird shadows that don't quite make sense. Like the shadows are almost of things that you can't see, like of kind of spider-like shapes that are just sort of moving around even though no one can see them. But the totem does seem to respond to the magic you put into it, and it does light up and has a similar kind of effect. I mean, if you were to then plant it and set it, it could be an alarm warding device. So it works with your magic as well. Anything else?
That's really.
I think good to go, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you're leaving all the NPCs here. They're armed to guard against the orcs, and they're going to light a signal fire. Have I got that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, cool. So you leave people those instructions. They're happy with that. Jesse Redhammer thanks you guys again like, you know, for about the 7th time since you rescued her, because, you know, she's just so grateful that you've, like, salvaged this disaster. And yeah, she says she'll make sure that a signal fire is lit, and hopefully people will see it and you know, return to the camp. But you guys, you know, you mount up, you get on your various horses and wolves and robot cars, and yeah, you are all ready to go. Was I right in thinking that you wanted to follow the 3 trails that went south?
I think that was the plan. Yeah, I think that did we agree to do that.
Seems
Yep.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Fine. So you head south, following these trails. As I said, the wagon trails seem to all be very kind of zigzagging and chaotic at first, but once you guys get a couple of miles away from the camp, they all seem to meet each other and then progress forward in a fairly kind of, yeah, more of a straight line. You guys stop at one point, and Dart once again kind of like does his tracking thing and just kind of analyzes what's going on, and they seem to be, the trails are of wagons that are moving kind of at a high speed, but they're not in that kind of chaotic fashion anymore. So Dart kind of interprets that as the wagons were sort of like just chaotically running for their lives essentially, but like after this point where they joined up properly, they were probably progressing in a hasty but not panicking fashion, and they carry on south. You guys follow these tracks for an entire day, and eventually it starts to get dark, and so you have to make camp for the night. The next day you pick up the trail again, and you carry on heading south, and you travel for about another half day. Eventually, you start to see some structures up on the horizon ahead of you, and as you get closer, you see rising up out of the plains, you see there's these kind of large rock formations, like sort of about a dozen sort of large curving rock pillars that reach up quite high into the sky. And these rocks, unlike any kind you've seen before, they all seem to have kind of a strange honeycomb-like structure, which as you got nearer, you see, oh, there's lots of like large holes and caverns and curves that are just kind of cut deeply into these giant rock pillars. And also, as you get closer, you start to become aware of this low, droning, humming noise. It almost sounds kind of like a beehive or like a bee swarm.
Does it remind us of those stinger things that we fought at the gun airship?
No. Not well, maybe a little bit, but it's a kind of a much more kind of that was quite a high-pitched mosquito-like noise. This is kind of like just a low, droning hum. And you notice at one point the wind kind of picks up very quickly, and as it does, the noise gets louder, and you realize that humming sound is essentially the wind blowing through the holes and tunnels in the rock. You also see that there are a number of sort of a large collection of what looks like tents and other sort of small temporary structures kind of gathered between these rock pillars. As you get closer, you begin to see what look like hundreds and hundreds of winged insect-like creatures, and on closer inspection, they appear like Ikmar. They are Clicknid, and they all seem to be swarming around what seems like one enormous market, where there are just dozens of temporary stalls that have been set up using large sticks and fabric and a kind of spiderweb-like canvas. I'm just going to move you into a little image.
Oh, these might be the okay Clicknids, guys.
The blue wind cartel.
Yeah. Problem is they're getting brainwashed by the Hive Queen, so we're not sure which are the good ones.
So yeah, as I was saying, there's lots of these Clicknids who are kind of like swarming around between the pillars in this giant sort of bazaar that they've got going on, full of lots of tents, lots of kind of goods with blankets laid out on them. But there are basically hundreds of Clicknick here, and they all are moving through the market, bustling around. A lot of them seem to be having little conversations with each other, like sort of making little clicking noises, pointing at objects, buying and selling things. And they have these like very wild, exaggerated movements with their many arms. And you can see that, unlike Ikma, a lot of these Clicknids seem to be displaying a lot of wealth. Like, a lot of these Clicknids have like shiny metal rings on their like many arms and legs, and some of them have like little jewels and sort of shiny objects that decorate their mandibles and their antenna. And when you look up, you see that there are also Clicknid in the sky that fly on these sort of brilliant blue wings that shine turquoise in the sun. And you weren't really aware that Clicknid could fly. As you get close to this marketplace, you notice there are also other species here. You see a group of silver-maned gnolls that seem to be making their way through the market, carrying an enormous slain bristle boar on their backs. You also see two large blue-skinned trolls in the market who are arguing with these strange feathered creatures, well, creatures with feathered wings that you've never seen before. But then you lose sight of that argument as they kind of get surrounded by this swarm of bartering Clicknid. So you get close to where all these structures are, and from the sky, two very large Clicknid with like thick armored carapace descend from the sky, and they land in front of you. And they both carry these large two-handed spears with kind of a curved blade. And they sort of make some clicking noises, and they tilt their heads at you, like to the side, looking at you curiously. And when you don't respond to their clicking noises, one of them says, "What you want, outsider?"
Who are they talking to?
Just to you guys as a group.
Did we take Ikma with us?
No, I don't think we did.
You didn't tell me you were bringing it with you.
No,
I think we
I
left
just
it
thought I just suddenly thought,
Shall we tell them that we're like Ikmar's band of adventurers? She's hired us to come and
yeah, we'll just say that we know a
acquaintances.
Clicknid named Ikma and said you guys would be around this area.
Yeah.
We're here looking for wagons, aren't we?
Yeah, we're looking for our friends.
Okay,
Yeah.
so well, it sounded to me like the first thing you said there was that you were directed here by Ikma, and they immediately start like clicking their mandibles at you and shifting kind of in this awkward way that they do with their arms, this kind of insect-like kind of waving their many arms around, and they go, "You know Ikma?"
Yeah.
Very good
Both
friend.
of them point their spears at you and goes, "Where is the Ikma?"
She's not here right now, but we're friends with her.
You admit to being friends with the Ikma?
Maybe they don't like her. What has she done?
Uh-oh.
They lean forward with their spears and poke the nearest person, which I'll just say is Krosek, just like sort of a gentle poke with a spear, and goes, "Ikma not allowed here.
Why not?
Ikma, greatest criminal of the Blue Wind Cartel.
Oh my god. What has she done?
You shall not pass if you bring her here."
Well, she's not here. No, she's not with us. We're more acquaintances and associates.
You say friend?
I think you misheard me. Must be a language
Friendly
barrier.
acquaintances.
We've heard of her. You know. No, we're Ikmar's best friends. What's it to you? What's she stolen?
Does Igma trade in one of the 5 forbidden items that no Clicknid may sell?
Is it beer?
What is beer?
Oh, can I? Do I have any beer on me?
I don't know. Do you have any
Like
in your
part of my
inventory?
rations.
Not as part of your rations. It's something you
I
have to
don't-
specifically have on your
okay.
character sheet.
I don't think she gave me any when we were like
What's? Tell us
No.
about this forbidden material whilst we. Could give them a blast vial. Oh dear.
They start kind of like moving around the group of you. Like one goes around the left side, one goes around the right, and says, "Do you come to trade?"
Yeah, information, and yeah, mainly information.
Oh, I show them the Stormforged Dragoon. I say we've also got this for sale.
What is this?
It's a firearm.
Boomstick.
Firearm. Firearm.
Can I demonstrate
It's a weapon.
what it is? Like just firing it away from them, like to show what it is.
Yeah, sure. Where do you wanna fire?
Is there anything like like a plant or a cactus or anything nearby that I can just like?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few kind of these small those kind of like what am I trying to say? Like those kind of small flat little cactuses that have like little red apples that grow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
yeah.
a few of those kind of like dotted around this whole area.
I pick the nearest one and I just like blast it apart with the Stormforged Dragoon.
Okay, so you fire that, and the entire cactus just like blasts apart, and there's like just sap everywhere, and it just sort of flies everywhere, and a load of the sap flies all over one of the Clicknid's face, and he just sort of freezes, and then just lifts up one of his 4 arms to wipe the goo off his face. And then both the Clicknid guards start clapping all their hands together very excitedly and making clicking noises and go, again! Very good trick, very good trick.
Well, I say it's not even a trick. Like you can buy this thing and then you can do that.
The guards look at each other, and then one sort of steps forward to Twig and goes, "What you trade? What you want?" And they point at the gun with all 4 arms.
What's it worth to you?
Oh. We give you 3 shinies?
What are the shinies?
He kind of like takes this pouch that's attached to his side and opens it up, and he pulls out 3 very small kind of shiny stones. They look like maybe like kind of like fairly low quality like rubies. And he just sort of holds them up to you and goes, yes, there's 3 shinies for the cactus killer.
Can I use my mechanical lore on these shinies to see if they'd be useful for making an eye for Starhooves?
You can use mechanical lore for that specifically, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, now that I've got Journeyman, I get a +1 to mechanical lore rolls. Oh, that's exciting.
Okay, wow. Yes, from what you can see, yeah, so they're fairly low quality. Like they probably wouldn't be worth that much. Like they're very, very small and are quite faded. But in terms of their ability to like refract light, they'd probably be fairly decent and high quality. Not high quality, but they'd be good for that purpose.
Where's my talent? I want to use communication persuasion to see if I can get more out of the trade. I want to say, like, I think my gun's worth more than that. So I want you to pay more.
Okay. Do you want to make the roll, and it can be in a opposed roll against their communication. Well, actually, against their intelligence evaluation, because that's a thing that they have. Okay. They're maybe because they're not so familiar with this kind of well with gunpowder weapons. They're persuaded by that. So the guards kind of they look at each other again, make a few clicking noises, and then the other guard he gets out basically what appears to be a stone, but with like little symbols that have been like etched into the side of it. And he holds it out to you, and they basically put it on the ground next to the 3 shiny rubies that they've done, and they say, yes, 3 shinies and food stone for Cactus Killer.
Food stone.
Yes, it's food stone, very good.
To eat?
No, for make food good. Food stone make food good.
Some kind of seasoning stone.
Oh, like when you put them in stews, is it that sort of stone?
Yes.
Right, I'm with you.
Where has
Okay.
soft skin been? Soup stone, food stone.
Yeah, okay, that sounds reasonable. So I will trade my my Stormforged Dragoon for the food stone and the 3 faded rubies.
Okay, cool. They're happy with that. So yeah, you Twig lays the dragoon down on the ground next to the items, and they pick it up. Well, one of them picks it up, and you get those 3 rubies and the Clicknid food stone.
In good faith as well, I'll give him a handful of ammunition, and I'll show him how to reload it.
Okay. So you sort of spend a couple of minutes showing. I mean, it's quite a small one as well, but like obviously because you modified it for yourself. But they have these quite agile, dexterous little claws, so they can just about operate it. And you show him how to reload, and then he points it at one of the nearest cacti and fires. And again, it blows up, and they start clapping their hands and making high-pitched little squeals of joy. And then they shoot another one. And another one until the gun is out and there are no cacti nearby. And they just like clapping their hands together, and they're very pleased with the whole thing. And then the guard who doesn't have the gun says, "You are not like Igma. You may enter great bazaar of Blue Wind Cartel. Good traders you are, good traders." And
I just sort of wink at the group and say, "Piece of cake."
But yeah, they're too preoccupied with blowing up cacti to really bother you anymore. They're happy to let you enter. So I'm gonna move you into a different map. Actually, I'm gonna have to go get your tokens.
Are they with us whilst we're walking?
No, the guards are having fun blowing up cacti.
Okay. Can I?
They've just let you into the bazaar.
Did they tell us what the forbidden things were?
No, they didn't. They didn't tell you.
Can I go and ask them before we go
Yeah,
in?
sure. Sorry, just give me 1 second to do this.
No,
scrutiny
it's
stuff.
no worries. No rush.
Think I've got everyone there. Yeah. Cool. So you want to go back and talk to the guards about the forbidden items?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Okay. So what do you want to ask? Just what would you like to know?
Just what the forbidden. They were talking about the 5 forbidden materials or something, weren't they? So I just
okay.
just want to know what those things are.
You have to wait until they basically have emptied the gun, blowing up more stuff.
Okay.
But then while one of them's reloading, which takes them a while, the other one answers your question. And he holds up like an arm and raises one little like clawed finger. He goes,
Mhm.
Clicknid, all Clicknid of all cartels have agreed never to trade in the 5 forbidden goods. Number 1, slaves. Clicknid were slaves for many, many years. Clicknid will not have slaves again. And he puts up another finger and goes, 2, Hive Queen pheromone sacs are forbidden, as they can be used to create Clicknid slaves, which would be against the first forbidden good. 3, items from the destroyed Sorok Empire are considered illegal and will not be traded.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Mhm.
He then has to hold up another arm to get his 4th finger. He's only got 3 fingers on each hand. 4, dragon bones or the remains of dragons will not be traded, as these are considered sacred.
Can I pat my belly?
5, you may never trade in the soul of a living or dead being.
And which did Ikmar trade in?
Ikma. Ikma trade in pheromone sacs. Disgusting,
Okay.
Ikma.
We'll have
You
a
see
word with
Ikma,
her.
you tell her stay away. We kill Ikma if she comes
How did?
here.
Do you know how she got the pheromone sex?
It does not matter how she got the pheromone sac. She may not have the pheromone sacs. No one may have the pheromone sacs. Only the breeders may have the pheromone sacs, and only under special circumstances.
What do the breeders do? Do they make more Clicknid? Or?
Yes, more clicknet. We must make clicknet from hive queens, yes, but hive queens controlled. Hive queens captured. We keep them safe. Keep them safe.
It sounds like you're enslaving your own hive queens.
Hive queens bad. Hive queens stupid. We do not make them slaves. We keep them so that Clicknet may live free wings in the sun.
It sounds like you're breaking your own rule there, trading in slaves.
You do not understand, Clicknet. Why do you ask me these things? Why? What do you have to trade?
Just learning. I can teach you some interesting antidotes and things like that. And I have a note here that I have the recipe for the Devil Hornet antitoxin. And I assume I've scrolled it down on a tatty piece of paper or leather or something.
Don't you have a book full of stuff?
Yeah, I've got it written down probably in a book. Oh yeah, I've got my big tome, haven't I?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
yes, I haven't.
Speaking of tomes, we still have the Master Gunsmith or whatever's.
Oh yeah.
Tome. Six never read it or read it. I could read it.
What was I saying? Yeah, can I offer to trade the antitoxin recipe? See what they'll give me. or if they can direct me to someone that would trade for it.
Okay, so you offer this antitoxin, and it maybe takes a couple of minutes to explain what it does and what it's actually for.
Yeah.
When it realizes, it just kind of makes this high-pitched little kind of hissing sound, like and it says, "I do not need this. Clicknet do not need this. Clicknet do not worry for poison. Hornets, silly little creatures. We make pets of hornets. Why you give me this? You are bad, trader. Bad."
And then we point out, we say, well, you can sell it to people, soft skins like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna slam
And
it. I'm
soft
gonna put it.
skins have lots of valuable shiny things.
I'm not a soft skin.
Oh, by the way, do we have a copy of it? Because we need to take that to.
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't
Take
handed it
instruction.
over. I've got. Yeah, it's in my book. I'm gonna put it back in my book and slam it shut in front of them and be like, "Oh well, then. I guess you're not interested."
Bye, bad trader. Have fun in market, bad trader.
Oh my god.
We have Cactus Killer now, bad trader.
I'm gonna. Oh shit! They don't like the Saurian knives, do they? What about the rock samples from Cloud Mesa? I'm just gonna hold up a stick of dynamite.
Oh god, blow up a cactus.
I've only got 2 sticks. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna gather up loads of cactuses. And make a
Cacti.
big pile.
Well, they have destroyed most of the cacti in the surrounding area.
Is there anything else I can strap
You're
this
still talking
dynamite
to the
to?
guard now at the moment.
Oh yeah, actually, I don't know. Yeah, these guards have pissed me off. I'm gonna walk away from the guards.
Okay. They wave. Each of them waves all 4 of their arms at you and says, "Bye, bad trader."
Can spread like hiss, growl at them.
Yeah, you can.
Oh dear.
Can I say, can I say to them, it's obvious why you're guards, you're bad traders.
Oh shit, son!
God.
They hiss at you, and they are now pointing their spears at you again. Say, "Who you? Who you? Who you?"
Let's walk in quickly. I'm gonna walk into
Can
the
I
crowd.
can I just sort of wave my hands and say like no he doesn't know what he's saying or she doesn't know what she's saying, she's crazy, and then like I mimic being crazy like
Please, no, can you roleplay how you would mimic being crazy, please, Dolly?
so like I wave my hands sort of around in the air and like cross my eyes and stick out my tongue and sort of go you know, crazy.
Ah, bad trader, bad trader. Yes, this one bad trader also. You go away now. We have cactus to destroy. And both of them walk off to play with their gun.
I breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay, so you guys can now enter the bazaar, which, as you can probably see from the map, is this like very busy, bustling area of all these mostly Clicknid, but also you see a few other creatures here. Some of whom you recognize, some of whom you don't. A lot of these Clicknid are kind of hanging around trying to sell things from various kind of like improvised tents that they've set up in the shadow of these big rocky pillars, and you can still hear that kind of like droning noise from the wind blowing through the honeycomb rock above you. And there's a lot of bustle and noise and a lot of clicking noises from all these Clicknids who are kind of like buying and selling things. And you notice that kind of the Clicknid merchants with the kind of like the biggest tents and the most stuff in their tents, they seem to wear like the most stuff. They seem to have more of these sort of like shiny golden metal rings on their arms. They have more jewels kind of about their carapace and on their antenna. And the ones that kind of like are looking a bit more, that have less of that stuff, they tend to more be skulking around the edges of the market and then maybe like trading in there like a few things here and there. But there's a definite kind of like hierarchy that you can kind of almost see in terms of like who the wealthy Clicknid are and who the less successful Clicknid are. And everyone kind of on the ground floor here, as it were, like on the actual ground, are they all seem to be trading or socializing. But above you in the air, there are still a good couple of dozen of these guard Clicknid just flying around. They all seem to have spears or bows in their hands, and they seem to be just not really interfering, but they are constantly just kind of like patrolling in the air in circles above the market. But yeah, you have got into the bazaar. What would you like to do?
Right. I want to find someone to trade with.
Fair enough. You have many Clicknids to trade with.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna look for the caravan.
Okay. Sure. So, not actually in the market, but kind of off to the side. I'll draw a little arrow. Kind of like if you follow this arrow, there's kind of a few tents and things that head off to the side here. Past those, you do indeed see the 3 wagons from your expedition have been are kind of there with a number of confederates of people you recognize kind of hanging around them. They're a little distance away from the market, but they're kind of just in the shade of the rock pillars, just hanging around. They haven't noticed you. They just seem to be kind of sitting about, doing their own thing. One of them has a banjo that they're playing. But they look...
Do I recognize... Are there any of the wagons there?
Yeah, there are 2 of them. Not your full complement, but there are a couple there with them. But they haven't noticed you yet. The market's quite busy, so.
I blow my horn to get their attention, because they would know the horn.
Okay, you blow the horn, and several of the nearest Clicknid just kind of like turn and look at you with these like big, angry yellow eyes. But you know, after a moment, they seem to shrug it off and get back to whatever they were doing. The Vanguard, however, have noticed it, and they come pushing through the market, pushing people out of the way to get to you, and they come up to you, and you know, they're like, they're really pleased to see you. They're just like, oh, Black Wolf, we're wondering if you'd find us. We're so grateful you did. We've been trying to protect these wagons for the last few days. How did you find us?
That's tracking. Was it Dart who tracked them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. The little guy tracked you.
Oh, they give you these like appreciative nods, and then they give you like a full report. So they basically tell you that after or rather when the orcs attack, that your people who, you know, had been acting as security did their best to kind of fight them off, but quickly got overwhelmed just through like overwhelming firepower mostly. And so those 2 helped the free wagons they could get together to escape, and figuring that there wasn't much point going back, they just kind of continued heading south, hoping to find some shelter or somewhere to kind of like, you know, make a plan. And they came across this place, and they've basically been here for the last couple of days. The Clicknit have been treating them very well, as long as there is stuff to trade. Like, they've managed to get some food to keep everyone going. They have a couple of wounded with them, but they've been able to treat them using Clicknid medicine, but they had to trade away quite a lot of stuff in order to get the medicine, so they're starting to get a bit worried about their supply situation. But yeah, that's well, basically what they can tell you.
We don't have to worry about medicine now that we got Theo and Krozek here.
Yep, we can back you up. Yeah, should be good.
But is this everyone? Are there any stragglers outside this marketplace or something? Did you guys split up at any point?
they can tell you that they saw a couple of other wagons kind of like leaving in different directions when all the fighting happened, but you know, they were heading away too fast, and there was still a lot of firing going on, so they weren't able to group up with everyone. They've basically got about like maybe 15 odd people with those, including themselves, with those 3 wagons, and that's basically who they've been able to save.
Oh, well, good job for that. How many people were in the caravan altogether?
Sorry, just in the caravan, like together.
Yeah.
There were about, well, including yourselves, there were about 50 people. So I guess there's about sort of, and there's a few back at camp. So essentially, there's about 40 people missing.
Yeah, we are going to have to try to find them.
Yeah, that's a lot of unaccounted for people we were responsible for. Should we ask around the caravans and see where they've been, if they know where they've been taken, or they know what happened to them? Because that's a lot of people. Surely the orcs didn't kill all of them.
Well, no, I think not. But we kind of have to go back to the place we fought the orcs and start tracking. I guess there's not much else to do unless you Krosek can use some kind of spirit voodoo.
I could try and spirit juju some stuff, but that might take me a few days to locate everyone. So it's up to you guys. Are you happy to stay around here for a while?
Or we can do both. It would speed up things, I think.
There's no reason that we couldn't do both things.
Yeah. We can. I think we can set up a camp outside the marketplace for us, like Prosperity Junction people, because the camp is gonna grow when we get more people, when we find people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And we can come in the marketplace to trade for things, food and stuff.
Yeah, that probably sounds like our best bet.
We don't have much to trade though, so
Yeah, but these guys will take almost anything. And like, I don't know about you guys, but my pack is just full of random crap.
Yeah, same.
So what's your plan?
We'll take the caravan, or what's left of it now, and we take them outside the marketplace and make up camp. We'll ask the Clickneeds if it's okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's not step on any toes, but
yeah.
If we phrase it like, you know, how far can we move out?
Yeah. Then we kind of give them a choice, but we don't really. They can choose how far we camp, but we still gonna camp outside the marketplace.
yeah, it's a good shout. Because it's not really their land, is it? Unless they start trying to kill us or something.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Let's see if we can trade with them first, though. Because if we trade with them, they might be more happy for us to stay around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got dynamite.
Yeah, I've got dynamite as well.
I've got random Sorok mechanical shears.
We're not allowed to trade that stuff with them, remember? That's one of the forbidden.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I knew asking was a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've
that was
been driven
almost
out from
scary.
it.
That would have been bad.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like Wolfie was planning that or anything.
maybe we should not mention this around them and be quiet. And maybe you should like cover up your bag so they can't see.
I can't see it. Oh,
I mean,
do.
like, it's at the bottom of my pack. I can probably just shuffle everything around, but
I do have like a Saurian Makahito strapped to my back.
Yeah, but you're conceivably you could pass as being Sorok, so like,
Oh shit,
it'd be
they might not like
fine.
them. No, Sorok's the one they don't like. I mean, I've got a Sorok Akihito
No,
strapped to my
but
back.
I'm thinking you're close enough that you could say, "Oh no, it's not one of those. It's one of my. It's a Saurian," and then
Yeah.
make up a name.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of getting at.
Like it's not a Macaheatle, it's a Macalwaddle.
Yeah.
Well, certainly
Tomato,
nobody has
tomatoes.
looked oddly at it so far.
Okay, that's fine then. I just want to see if I can find someone to trade with. I'd like to go to not the most expensive one, but maybe like the second most expensive looking one.
Of the tents.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to maybe make like I said, the marketplace is pretty busy. Do you want to make like a perception searching test to try and find a suitable?
Yeah,
suitable
sure.
tent?
Let me have a look at my stats. 14?
Okay, yeah, sure. So you kind of maybe move around, looking at these different ones, looking at different tents, and you definitely notice that this kind of like checkered patterned tent over here, where these two Clicknid are kind of like standing outside it, where they've got like a rug down, like that seems to look noticeably brighter and nicer than a lot of the other tents. It's the only one that's got a checkered pattern. Most of the rest are striped, and while the Clicknid aren't like, you know, completely adorned with metal rings and stuff, they appear to have several, and they appear to be getting quite a few customers coming and going compared to the other stalls, which maybe are struggling to get more than 1 or 2 customers at a time. So it definitely seems to be one of the more prominent ones.
Okay.
Do you want to try and trade with them?
Yeah, sure. I'll approach the stall. Or is it tent? Did you say?
They're all pretty much like tents and temporary shelters and things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Nothing looks like it really has been put up for that long.
Yeah, I'll see if I can have a chat.
Okay. Boop. So you head over, and the 2 Clicknids kind of like welcome you kind of underneath the canopy of their tent, and they've got like all these like simple benches and rugs that are just full of all kinds of like just random stuff, like kind of like weird flasks and big boxes and dead bodies of animals that you don't even recognize, and there's all kinds of like little trinkets dotted around the place. And they say, welcome, welcome, Outlander, welcome, welcome. What we do for you, what we do, what you trade.
I would like to trade knowledge and Krisik's not very good at bargaining, I imagine.
Okay, well, because you've hesitated, I'm going to say they're going to try and give you something.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, ignore that.
They're trying to give me something. Okay.
Not give you something, they're trying to offer you something.
Oh, sure, sure.
They've rolled a 10. They go, friend, we have ideal item, special just for you, special. Yes, we have and they start sort of rummaging through their stuff, and they pull out this kind of like large, what looks like a really large bird claw. Like it's sort of like the talon of some sort of enormous bird. Like the talon itself is like a good sort of maybe 12 inches long. It's huge, like some sort of dinosaur-sized bird. And they hold it up proudly, and they go, yes, a Thunderbird claw, special Thunderbird claw, special magics, ideal for you. Yes, you give many shinies for this.
Can I see if it is magic or not?
Yeah, sure.
I don't need to like do anything to make an arcane, like physical, to make an arcane check, do I? So just...
No, I think all magic users, like I've said before, they maybe have a slight sense for these things. You
Just
can feel that
intelligence
it does
then.
have a slight magical aura about it, but
Okay.
you'd need something more specialist to actually work out what it is and what it does.
Yeah, I'll go. Can I do like an arcane law check then on it? Or if you said it's a Thunderbird, right?
Thunderbird Claw, yeah.
Do I use a lightning arcana check on it then? Or-
You can't really do a lightning arcana check. You can try arcana law. It's not something you're familiar with, so it would be quite a difficult check. But you're very
Okay.
welcome to try.
I'll
It's a formidable check.
22.
Holy shit! And you got 3 stomp points for your.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll lick the
investigating.
claw.
you lick the claw, and it immediately, like little jolts of electric lightning shoot from the claw to your tongue.
I'm
You
getting any
take-
mana points. I don't. Why am I taking damage?
You take 1 point of penetrating
Oh,
damage. But this thing like tastes of like raw storm magic. It's incredible. You've never really tasted anything quite like that before. It's like it just
It's not like
tastes-
the eye then.
It's not like the eye. It's something different. But it almost tastes like not like it doesn't taste like a storm. It has the sense of a storm that is beginning. If that makes sense, like that kind of like how the air feels a little before a storm.
Quite raw, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that kind of like raw, zappy taste to it. And then it has a staticky charge to it.
Can I touch the sunstone to it?
Yeah, sure, you can. I'm gonna drag people's tokens just because.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you get out your sunstone, and the sunstone doesn't particularly seem to react to it. No, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But the Clitonids suddenly seem very interested in it, and they go, "Oh, shiny, big, shiny. Tiny one has big, shiny."
I wave my hands. I say, "Big shiny, not for sale."
Okay, they grab the Thunderbird Claw from Krosek and they try to give it to Twig and say, "No, you take your big shiny for amazing special Thunderbird Claw." Click, click. Very good, good deal.
Do I know what the Thunderbird Claw actually does?
Oh,
Or-
sorry. From what you can tell about it, I mean, you're not familiar with any kind of creature like this, but it appears to be from some sort of magical creature that has an innate affinity for storms. But
Okay.
it's not dragon. It's some other kind of storm-related creature.
Can I trade? Can I try to trade a Thunder Vial for it?
That's one of your like grenade potion things.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you can offer that to them certainly.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Do I have to make a
Yeah.
bargaining roll or something? Or-
I'm gonna say it's like it's communication. I was just thinking there isn't like a haggling. Oh, there's no.
I don't have
communica-
anything in communicate.
Oh, okay. There's communication bargaining. And you can make it against their communication bargaining type thing.
Oh god, I stunted, and I'll take the inspiration +1 from my last 3 stunt points. And I stunted there as well, so I don't know if I get any communication bonuses.
No, but you have
They
to roll
stunted.
off against theirs. So hang on.
Okay. I imagine theirs is going to be quite high. Yeah.
They have focuses in this.
Yeah.
They shake their heads and they make that little kind of like hissing laugh that they do, and it's Thunderbird Claw, far too special for just one vial of your potion. You give us 5 vials. Yes, for special Thunderbird.
5?
5 vials.
You don't understand. You don't understand what this is. It's far too precious to give you 5. It's
What?
very rare material. It takes a long time to prepare. I can go and get any Thunderbird Claw for myself. Just go and kill one. Maybe you should give me more Thunder Claws. Do you know how to make this Thunder Vial? I know how to kill a thunderbird.
Can you make a communication deception roll for me, please?
Sure. It's just communication again, isn't it?
It is communication again against their intelligence.
Oh god damn it!
Oh no, sorry, their perception. I guess it would be.
Well, I stunted again, and I stunted
did.
on my last roll. So what's going on here?
No, they see through you and they make their hissing little laugh noise and goes, "Kill a thunderbird! This one cannot kill a thunderbird! Silly, silly, bad trader, bad trader! You give us 5 files now."
Can I attempt to use my haggling skill to sell in like Krosik's stead?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I'll say like, no, you know, 1 vial is more than enough. Like, believe me, 1 vial is more than enough. And I tried to persuade them.
Haggling skill does.
It's the one that gives you. It's a part of my specialist class. I gain 1+1 to any communication bargaining roll. Oh no, when purchasing something. No, it doesn't work. Because there's a specific one later on for selling. So
it does make
No.
sense for you to use it if you want.
no, it doesn't fit because there's one later on that is for
okay.
selling, and it works slightly differently.
You can still try and bluff on his behalf with a deception roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll try to
Stick
help.
with the roll that they already made, so they have a 12 you need to beat.
Come on, Tully. Do it for Crow's sake.
Okay,
Got 13.
yeah. So Twig intervenes and starts telling them how amazing it is, and they start looking at the vial more closely, and they reach out and take it from Krosek and goes, Is special vial? What vial do?
They don't even know what it does, and they were like, no, stupid vial. Shall I explain to them what it does? Or shall I tell Twig, and then Twig can explain it?
To explain.
They're looking at Twig, or?
They're looking at Twig, yeah.
Can I do a performance to make them believe something really stupid? Like I'll tell them like a short little like musical tale.
Oh, don't bullshit them.
Okay, so what's this musical tale? Like, what form is it going to take? Like a song or a dance?
Just like a short like almost like a jingle, like you know that you get for like adverts, and like it's just sort of like I can't think of anything on top of my head. It's just like a short little rhyming couplet about like how good the vials are, like that they create thunder.
Okay, sure. Maybe Twigs does a little jingle, and the slogan of the jingle is like "Thunder for Thunder," like you know, like Thunder Vial for Thunder Claw. And the Quickenid kind of like start doing a little dance in time with the jingle, like they move from one foot to the other, and they're just kind of like.
I've got it. If you use a thunder vial, your enemies will run a mile, and then they'll like click and I wink at them.
Oh, they love that, and they make their own click noise, and they wink back at you, except Quickenid can't blink, so they end up blinking. And when they blink, they get a little disorientated. But yeah, essentially, they are persuaded by that jingle, and they will sell. They will trade the Thunder Claw for a Thunder Vial. So you can take a Thunder Vial out your inventory and put a Thunderbird Claw into your inventory.
Thunderbird Claw, okay.
Yep.
I will do that in a second.
Okay. So you make that trade, and afterwards the merchants of that stall just kind of like, they just kind of get on with their business whilst sort of singing that jingle that Twig made. You can just hear them just going, "Oh, you run a mile."
Okay. Well, I need to study this to find out what it does, or would you have like an okay?
You don't know what it does.
Do they not tell me what it does?
I could ask them. You didn't.
Can I ask them? Can I? Yeah,
Yeah,
ask
sure.
them what...
So you go and ask them, and they go, "Ah, now he wishes the information. What you trade for information?"
Oh, I can't threaten them, can I? No, it's not. That doesn't seem very smart in this circumstance. The anti. I'll see if I can trade them the antitoxin recipe. At least knowledge of it.
They aren't particularly interested in the
No.
antitoxin
Okay.
thing. They
What-
say they insist that they want
Actual
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I'll
like
hold up the stick of
items.
dynamite.
They look at it curiously, and one of them just reaches out and taps
No, I'm
it
not gonna
lightly.
I'm not gonna let them take it.
Oh,
It's very
okay. They
dangerous.
try and you pull back. What is? Give
This
us
is,
stick. Give us. What is?
This is very dangerous, and I like waggle my eyebrows at them. And very very dangerous.
It's a fire
Silence
stick.
have eyebrows.
I was
Make-
gonna ask
make
if you have
boom.
eyebrows.
Yeah, I have eyebrows.
Okay.
They're a bit spiky, but
They're spiky eyebrows.
Okay. Fair enough. Carry on.
It's a big scary make boom stick, and if you light it and then throw it or place it, it makes makes big things disappear.
it's
And,
good for digging.
Yeah, very good for digging, making holes, making homes. And then I'll wave it around and but I'll tell them they have to be very careful with it because it could destroy this whole place.
Okay. They talk about it amongst themselves for a bit, and then they come back and go, "Give us 2 fire sticks, and we give you information."
No. I'll give you 1 fire stick, and you'll give me the information and something else.
2 fire sticks. 2.
Can I try and say no? 1 is enough.
You just go. I'll
Like
get
the
Vic back
vial,
in.
1 is enough.
Okay. I think in the interests of time, I'll say that they're willing to listen to Twig. Fair enough. They'll trade you a dynamite for the information.
Oh my.
They're still
Preterist.
singing Twig's jingle. So yeah. Okay, so what they basically tell you is that Thunderbirds can only be found on the enormous mountain to the north of the Shattered Plains called Thunder Peak, and they are the supernatural source of all the kind of storms and rains that sort of generate all the water for like the whole region of the Shattered Plains and for the other plains lands. Tell you what, if I just pop you in the map real quick.
Okay, guys, we got a gunsmith and 2 mages. I want something thundery to my weapon.
Okay, so this place here, that's what they're talking about. They tell you that is the source of all the rains and all the storms, and where you can find the Thunderbirds who create the storms with their wings. And that is the claw of one of them, like one of the greatest creatures. And they tell you this whole story about how this Clicknit hunter, like, climbed up the peak and, like, you know, waited for several days before he launched into the air and then, like, struck one down with his spear. And they give you this whole spiel about it, but essentially, yeah, that's what they are and where they're from.
Do they actually tell me what the claw does?
They say it's nice. It's nice claw. It's claw from special thing. You like special things. Why must everything do?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Prosec bad trader.
Does anyone else want to do some trading?
Yeah, I'm
While we're
gonna
here.
hang my head in shame.
Well, actually, I'll ask Theo to inspect the claw if it doesn't have any properties. other than
I
just being
already
symbols.
inspected it. Wolfie didn't tell me anything, so I assume it doesn't do anything.
Oh,
I can have a look with arcane awareness.
yeah. 6 has like a specialty to that.
Okay, yeah, have a look at it then.
Sure. You can make a arcane awareness roll to cast.
One more.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So basically, what Theo can discern from this is it seems to have innate magical properties related to, yeah, lightning, thunder, and storm. Whilst obviously the claw is from a creature that was dead, so it's nowhere near as powerful as it would be when it's alive, it does have like a sort of basic amount of lightning magic still stored within it. So whilst it doesn't have a particular use, that magic could be burned up in a kind of like one-use thing to essentially power up a lightning spell, potentially.
Ooh.
Ah,
I'll relay information.
that's handy. But it's not powerful enough to enhance an item or something.
No, it's not overly powerful, and it's. I mean, maybe if you were doing something with an item involving lightning, maybe, but it's basically just extra lightning magic juice.
So I could cast lightning on his weapon and then use it maybe like to help, but
That would probably just be. It would just mean you super electrocuted his weapon as opposed to just
it
electrocuted.
doesn't sound such like a good idea. What if I hit the bullet as he's firing it?
That would require a really amazing accuracy roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that I would vote the better man after that, if you'd be that accurate.
I could like click my fingers and just look away and it hits the bullet. Oh, okay, shit, we've got to try that.
But yeah, we have to go to the Thunder Peak at some point.
Road trip.
Yeah. Side quest.
Yay! I need the magical juice to my weapon.
All right, I feel like we've gotten sidetracked a little bit by
Yeah.
Krosek failing as a trader and Twig having to step in a lot. Shall we inform the caravan of where the camp is? Well, I guess the caravan know where the camp is, right?
Yeah, we can just tell them to head back there. There's
I
a
think
signal fire and arm.
Yeah, should we get them to head back there instead of leaving them around here? Because God knows what. I mean, the Clickton probably wouldn't enslave them, but they'd take them for all their money, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
we can heal up them, and then we should probably go about looking for the leftover crew members, which Canny can probably track them, and if that fails, I can spirit track them. And if that fails, I'll ask the spirit of a dragon or some shit. Maybe that'll help.
And Garrick's a pretty good tracker.
Oh
well.
yeah. I forgot we've got a few people with tracking.
Yeah, I'm a tracker too, so.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find. Do we have like a list of people that came on the expedition, Wolfie? I'm sure, surely there's like a.
I mean, you guys travelled with these people for several weeks, so I mean, yeah, you can probably work it out between you, like who you're looking for. And
Okay, so we'd noticed like if we hadn't found someone.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
you've got a good
Okay.
idea of everyone you need to
And
find.
we can work with the guards and Jesse Redhammer and the orcs that we captured, that who they killed and who is dead and who is
Yeah.
presumed dead.
Shall we see if we can
Make a
buy a
list.
new caravan then from these Clicknids? Are there any like caravans around that look like they're for sale?
Why don't we wait till we get all the people and all the stuff to see how much we need?
Oh, true. That's a good point. Well, we know these 3 caravans are barely enough. Was it 15 people? Well, how
They're a little under. Like each wagon can sort of take, yeah, I guess maybe about five or 6 people.
okay.
You've got about 15 and 3 wagons currently.
I think we should take these back to the camp and then try and
Well,
find
let's
more
ask
people.
around.
Yeah, let's ask around. I've got some maps of the local area which we might be able to trade, especially around Prosperity Junction. And I'm sure you guys have got some stuff as well.
But I do have an extra gun or 2 or
Yeah.
3.
Just hat full of guns. You just start rooting around like I've got spares in here somewhere. Yeah, can we have an ask around that? Maybe we should all split up, and then we should ask around for information about. Are there any like back alleys in this marketplace where there's like shady Clicknids?
Oh yeah, totally. There are, like I said, there are some sort of much more scrappy looking tents that kind of like sort of like these ones over this way, like the ones that are in the shadow of the one of the rock pillars. They certainly look like a lot more shabby, and the clicknids look a little more sketchy. Like they kind of like they tend to, instead of having their bartering out in the open, they tend to kind of go inside their tents and talk behind like a curtain or something. So they look a little odd.
Who are these people over here?
Where's over here?
I don't know
okay.
if you can see my
Funnily,
thing.
okay, so maybe you've noticed them now you've come out the shop. You see two trolls, but even larger than the trolls you're used to seeing, and more fierce looking. You're used to the dustback trolls who kind of like very light blue skin, and they have that like kind of sandy, rocky growths on their backs. These guys are different. They've got darker blue skin, and they don't have sandy rock. They have these black shards, almost like obsidian, that protrude from their necks and their shoulders and their arms, and they look really burly and strong, even by the standards of the trolls you've met previously. And they seem to be in some sort of heated disagreement with these three bird women, for lack of a better term, like these sort of very thin, sinewy, female-looking creatures with large, feathery wings, and their faces are kind of have this kind of bird-like curved quality to them, and they have rather nasty, jagged teeth.
I'm gonna ask Twig to be my wing woman, and I'm gonna go over there and try and see what's going on.
Before you do that, just in the interest of fairness, I feel like you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, so I just want to see if anyone else wants to do anything first.
I'll ask around for if there are any wagons or carts available for sale, and if so, what's about the price range?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Or tents or something, anything, basically, for making camp.
Okay, so you ask around a few different kind of Clickney merchants, and a lot of them kind of like just wave you away, like, what do you want to cart? Why don't you have your own cart? That kind of thing. But then you do find one who goes, yes, maybe this one over here. They say, yes, I sell you my cart. I sell you a very good cart. You put many goods in cart. I give you for what you give.
And that is a good question. Hold on, I think I've misplaced my character sheet somewhere. I got I got a lighter and boomsticks. I got lots of those. I got a watch actually. They might like that. And flamethrowers. Oh yeah, you have flamethrower. And also binoculars and flare. I'll start showing off my stuff and trying to pitch a sales speech or something.
Okay. Can you make a communication bargaining roll for me then, please? And I'll roll for the merchant.
Ooh, tough roll to beat.
He's a canny trader. He has a very nice tent.
Why are we trading canny?
Okay, so you show these, like, I think you mentioned like your binoculars and a flare and your lighter and your boomsticks, and you're kind of like showing all these different things. And the guy, the girl, you're not quite sure with the Clicknid. They basically they nod and they go, yes, yes. So all of these and 20 shinies, and you can have cart.
Hmm. And
In other words, it wasn't particularly
exactly
convinced by your
shiny.
role, so it wants quite a lot.
I'll take a copper piece. Shiny?
I'm just making a record of that. It takes the copper and goes, it's okay, shiny. You have, I want more of these shinies, or 20 good shinies. 20 good shinies?
I'll take silver. Good shiny?
Oh,
Silver dollars.
is okay shiny. It's not best shiny, but yes, maybe 30 of these shinies. 30 of
pretty
your
shiny.
average shinies.
Wolfie, you're really fucking good at this, I have to say.
Well, thank you.
Hmm.
Yes,
I
yes,
do
your
like my
your items
stuff.
here and 30 average shinies.
I do like my watch though. It tells me the time. I suppose yes, I could do that.
I can pitch in 15 silver dollars.
Krosek is broke.
Yeah. The hardest thing to part with are those dynamites because they were pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But it's we can get a card. It's worth it.
How much are you short?
I'm not short anything, but
Okay.
any contribution is welcome though.
Okay, I'll
Um,
give 15 silver.
How much?
15 silver.
Okay.
I've got 34 silver on me, and I could obviously give you like one of the rubies.
It's a good shiny.
Don't we
it's a
have
good
an-
shiny.
Don't we have a
We can-
bank as well in that place?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, but we
do
can't
have any
withdraw
deposit?
from here.
And then we could make them like a promise of payment or something. Oh,
I don't think these guys would like
no,
that.
do you not think so?
It's
Okay.
not good enough for them. We do have the shinies. It's just 30 silver, so it's not that much. But yeah, I can. We can cough this up. 6 gives me 15 silver, so I'll pay 15 myself and those items that are listed.
Okay, so if you take them off your inventory for me,
Yep.
the Clinton is very happy with that, and he directs you to where he has a cart, which is kind of like stationed just a little way outside the
Oh.
market, and he basically hands that over to you. It's just kind of a handshake. I mean, many handshakes because obviously they have lots of arms. But yeah, you now guys have a very nice Clicklin cart. Like, you don't know what it's made of, like some sort of wood that you've not come across, but the wheels are incredible. They just seem to like go over terrain really easily. Like the spokes of the wheels compress when they go over like rough terrain, and then they kind of expand when they're on flat terrain. So they seems to be a really good quality cart. And you get that wheeled around to where the other expedition wagons are currently based, and get it added in. And they've got a spare horse from the troubles they had, so they hitched that up to the new cart, and they're pretty happy with that.
Good.
So yeah, things are looking up. The guys from the expedition seem pretty good in terms of the morale now. Like, they can see like, oh, stuff's happening, and they might actually start to get out of this whole mess alive. And they take one of the wagons which is a bit overloaded, and they share some of the goods and put it on the new cart.
Yeah. Also, I noticed that I have a tent in my personal inventory, so I can give that to the expedition too if there is need for tents.
Yeah, they could actually use that. They've been mostly sleeping under the stars.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, yeah, they'd be very grateful if you want to give that to them. Probably help them, you know, shelter from the elements and all that. Do we want to go back to Krosik and Twig, checking out this argument between trolls and these bird women? So you are, like, Krosik and Twig can, or anyone else is welcome to go up to them. They appear to be arguing, well, in language you don't understand. It sounds like trollish, from what you know of it. But they seem to be having an argument. The bird women kind of like flapping their wings and kind of like flying maybe like a foot or two off the ground and making screeching noises. And the trolls make these loud bellowing noises and they like thump their chests in like a show of strength. And the other Clicknid just sort of seem to move around them and get on with their business. Like they don't seem even slightly phased by this. They just let it happen.
I asked one of the nearby Clicknid, like maybe one of the ones that we've just traded with, if they know what's going on with the trolls and the harpy ladies, as I refer to them, even though I don't know if that's what they actually are.
Well, funnily enough, they are actually harpies, so that works just fine. The one, maybe the Clicknid that you told your jingle to, he says, these trolls, these harpies, are very silly, very silly. Trolls here to offer service as fighters. Harpies are traveling warriors on quest. They argue about who is best fighter, who can kill greatest enemy. It's very silly, it's very silly. They make no profit at all.
Is there a competition?
Twig just sort of rolls her eyes and says, "Okay, I know what you mean."
When he's like, "Is there a competition?" It's like, yes, they do shows of strength, but we make them go outside markets, so they do not make mess with their insides and blood and other disgusting things. Clicknid only fight for profit. These things are very silly, very silly.
Do you reckon we can like get in on this? See if we can prove that we're stronger than them. Like I say this to Krosek as opposed to the Clicknid.
Well, I know I am. Well, probably.
Yeah, I reckon we could maybe at least like find out what's going on. Maybe offer our services as the stronger fighters. And if they're going the same way as us, we may as well get paid for rescuing our comrades. Or at least, make some new friends.
Right. So I don't know what sort of test I'd have to do for this, but I'm going to sort of fly over towards this tree. And as I'm flying there, I declare extremely loudly to Krosek that our group is the strongest group in
Umber.
I won't say Verdant. I knew it wasn't Verdant. In Umber, and that we are completely undefeated, and that we're clearly the strongest.
We've been looking for so long for someone that could even challenge us.
Yeah, I say, I feel sorry for the people who actually live here because they've got no strong fighters to work with.
Oh dear.
Okay,
I feel like
two trolls immediately come over to you, and one goes to the other. They speak the outsider language. Yes, they're like the outsiders. And they challenge. They want to challenge. I don't like them. I don't like them either. And then one of them jabs at Twig with like one giant blue finger, and like she just like gets pushed back in the air a little and goes, "You cannot fight, tiny one."
I'm gonna grab his finger and like zap him with a little bit of electricity and tell him to keep his hands to himself.
Okay. He yelps with surprise when you zap him with that little bit of lightning and goes, "Try that again, Sorok beast, and I'll cut you in two."
Is that a challenge?
This shopkeeper who you were talking to just kind of like tries and grabs Grosik by the arm and goes, "No, don't do it, bad trader. The guards are on high alert because of the problems."
Oh, they're calling me bad trader now. It's like it's my click nickname. Oh, god damn it.
I just sort of like wave my hand and say, whoa, I don't want to fight it, but maybe we can interest you in a show of strength.
Or a show of wit. And I wink really obviously at Twig. Almost like I'm trying to piss them off.
How you show strength? You are a bug that I could eat. How can you be stronger than me?
At least I'll step forward and say, well, at least she's not a bug of the mind.
Oh god.
Snap.
They don't seem to understand what you're saying and just ignore you.
So
God's
presumably outside the camp there are like big rocks. Am I right in thinking that? Right.
Well, they're literally kind of all around this whole area. Like the market is in a clearing between these rocks.
Okay, so I pick one that seems like, as far as I can tell, isn't inhabited. You know, like it's not hollow; it's just a rock. And I point to it and I say, "I'm going to blow this rock up. If you can find and destroy a bigger rock, then you win."
They look at each other, kind of like these slightly unsure glances, and they go, "You cannot destroy rock. We eat rocks, but we cannot eat rock that big. You cannot smash that rock."
What do I get if I can blow up this rock?
What do you want?
If we can, you and your partner are going to help us find our lost companions. Deal?
Will there be fighting?
Oh, hopefully.
Too much fighting, honestly. Plenty spare fighting for you.
You beat rock, we fight for you, but you cannot destroy giant rock. And one of them, he grabs like a sort of maybe a rock the size of a football from the ground that's maybe just by the edge of the water here, and he shoves it into his mouth and just chews on it, and he actually breaks it down into little bits and swallows, and then a minute later he spits on the ground, and the ground just kind of sizzles and bubbles like he's just his spit is acid, and it just like melts a little hole in the ground. And he goes, "Ironbloods eat rocks for dinner. What will you do?"
Okay, so I fly a good sort of distance away from the rock. So maybe sort of like 12 feet or so. In fact, 10 feet exactly. Well, not exactly, roughly.
I'm gonna just.
Okay, so for relative size,
it looks like you got these kind of very large, sort of twisted columns of rock.
Right.
And then maybe like the largest ones around the market, and then maybe there's some sort of smaller ones. But even the small ones, we're talking like the size of a 5 or 6 story building. They're pretty massive.
Oh crap, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Shit, I think I might paint myself into a corner.
Bit enough more than you can chew, if you'll pardon the pun.
Yes, I might have.
How much dynamite do we have?
We got 3 dynamite left.
I've got 1 dynamite left.
So we got 4 in total.
Hmm.
I was hoping there were ones smaller, you know, maybe the size of like an elephant.
Yeah,
That sort of
maybe
size.
if you move a little further away, there's probably some just general rocks. Yeah, you can find something about the size of an elephant, but they're a bit further away.
Okay, so for context, then I was sort of thinking about the size of like maybe an elephant. That sort of.
Okay, yeah. So maybe based, kind of, you've got these very large rock formations. There might be some smaller ones that are dotted around kind of the base of them, and you find one that you think is of a sort of suitably large size.
Right. So I sort
Maybe
of.
it's the size of like a small house or
Yeah.
elephant or something like that.
I position myself about 10 yards away, and I turn Dexis into his pyrophone mode, and I'm going to attempt to blow it up using his pyrophone mode.
Okay, sure. Do you want to? Well, you can obviously deploy the pyrophone. Just for the sake of argument, can I ask you to fire at the rock? I'm going to say the rock is like defense 8. It's not exactly hard to hit, but I do want you to actually hit it.
Well, I need to roll a thing anyway to
True.
see what the pyrophone does.
Okay, cool. Oh, well, you can hit the giant rock, so that's good. What does the pyrophone do?
For a 4, that is. Just want to check. Pierce armor.
Oh, okay. So that's probably pretty good against rock. So, Dexis shoots several large columns of burning fire out of his organ pipes, and it smashes into the rock. And it's the same kind of honeycomb type rock that all of the rock formations around here are made out of. And as the rockets hit, that droning noise that all the rocks make when the air through them suddenly becomes a very high-pitched squeal as the whole thing just like blasts apart into hundreds of little pieces, and everyone kind of like turns at the sound, this enormous explosion sound that you've made. And the orcs who have followed you go, "No, that's cheating! He cheated! He uses bug person uses the machine."
And I say, you didn't specify. I said I could blow it up. I didn't say how.
And besides, you built that machine.
At that moment, the orcs look up, and their
No troll.
faces, their jaws just drop with horror, and they start to run. And from the sky, remember I told you there were all these guard Clicknid who are flying around. A whole host of several of them descend and land in a circle surrounding Twig and Dexis, and they point their curved spears towards you, and they say, "Little one is under arrest, and Metal Beast too. Vandalizing private property."
Can I walk forward and like put a hand on one of just like any of the? I assume they're all guards, right?
Yeah, they're the larger, bulkier Clicknid who make
I'll-
up the guards,
I'll-
and they've
I'll
got
walk-
these big blue wings.
Are they like police color wings or something? Anyway,
Just-
I'll
just
walk
blue.
forward and like put my hand on their shoulder and be like, no, it's okay. We're law enforcement as well. It was a routine test. Nothing to see here. Don't move along, everyone. Move along, and I'll just try and bluff them and see if I can just.
If you want to bluff that, it's going to be... I'm going to say it's nigh impossible to try and tell the Clicknid guard on its own soil that you're, like, of similar authority, so you're welcome to make a test, but it's nigh impossible.
What is it? Constant communication or willpower?
It's communication deception, because
Okay.
you're basically trying to bullshit.
This is for you, Tolly. Ah, no, 15, not enough, I guess.
Okay, the guard grabs you by the arm and says, "You under arrest too. Conspiracy to damage private property. Very serious, very serious."
Who owns that rock?
That
asking
rock,
the-
all rocks owned by Trade Princess of Blue Wind. You vandalize.
Okay, so I sort of wave my hands and say, whoa. We were trading. Might. This is a trade that's gone on. I didn't know. We're trading here.
Oh,
And this is a
Tolly.
piece of trading.
well, the Clitney kind of look around and go, "This is not trading. Never seen trading like this. Trading does not destroy property. It's crime. It's crime. We take you away. Take you away now." And they start trying to like jostle Dexis with their spears, like just poking him, and it just sort of bounces off his metal armor.
Can I attempt to persuade them? I'm trying to think what I could do. I'll try to persuade them that what we were doing was trading, and that it's perfectly fine.
Okay, again, this is going to be pretty difficult. I won't say it's like completely impossible, but I'm going to say this is an imposing check.
Can I try to help her with like saying that it actually was kind of trading because they were how should I say it? Comparing strength and deciding based on that, deciding further like business arrangements.
Okay. You can both make the check.
Like it's like evaluating product or goods.
Well, Twig has failed, so
That's not
yeah, you're
enough.
welcome to try and help them.
So communication check.
Yep, communication persuasion.
Right. Just a second. Yeah. Oh, I said it.
They grab Garrick and they try to arrest him as well.
Hold on now. I'm not guilty of anything.
We charge you with lying to an officer of the Trade Princess. Prison
Nothing
for
I've
you,
said
prison
is a
for
lie.
you.
Okay, so this is a bit of a Hail Mary. I'm going to try and seduce my way out of this.
God damn it.
I'm going to say to him that his wings are beautiful blue, magnificent wings, and you know, I made an honest mistake, and I didn't mean to do this. And if I let him go, I'll make sure I never do it again. And I sort of flutter my eyes, and wink.
Okay. Being a wildly different species. Again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put this up at like a nigh impossible success rate because persuading something with completely different anatomy, that it might be attracted to you.
Hey, we're friends with Igmar. We know how she. I'm sure Igmar has flirted with us, right? So surely we've got like some skills.
Using
Igmar.
Ikma's possible flirting.
Yes.
I'm
We can
still
adapt
gonna
that
say it's a
to-
nigh impossible check, but you're willing to make it. If you fail this, however, you don't get to make any more. Like, we can't keep making checks. This is your last Hail Mary chance.
I get 2 for my focus.
Yep.
No, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
It just sort of makes clicking noises at you in confusion and goes, "Yes, yes, I is pretty. This has nothing to do with my role in arresting you. Now come along." And these more guards are starting to land at this point, and basically they cart off Twig and Dexis and Garrick and Krosek,
Oh, wow.
and they take them away to a cavern that is sort of based inside one of these honeycomb rock pillars. And at this point, I'm going to say now's probably a good time for a break.
God damn it.
So, yeah.
And now, oh fuck. Well,
I will, yeah, see you guys back in about 10 minutes or so.
yeah.
I was wondering how long it was going to be until we got arrested.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Don't
The
go
Lawman's point of
blowing
view,
stuff
they
up
are
when you're
kinda-
visiting somewhere.
Yeah. In the lawman's point of view, they are kind of in the right here, and we are in the wrong.
Okay, I'm going AFK for a few minutes. I'll see you guys back in about 10.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Come back.
I'm back.
Welcome
I'm back.
Do we have people here?
Some people here.
I'm here.
I'm not here.
Okay, fine. That's
We need
okay.
to wait for Tolly.
We'll wait for Tolly.
That's okay.
Just give Raj a minute.
I'm back. Sorry.
That's okay. Right, okay, so Twig and Dexus and Garrick and Krosek have been marched off by these guards into a cavern inside one of these rock pillars, which leaves Black Wolf and Theo and Dart kind of just watching them being taken away. You see them get taken into this rock pillar, and then they disappear from sight, surrounded by armed Clicknid. What would you three like to do? The three of you who are free.
I look at Black Wolf and Dot and say, do we have to break them out now?
We should see what's going to happen to them. Maybe they'll just get a stern telling off.
Maybe. Or maybe we can, trade them free.
No, they don't deal in slaves, remember?
That's
that
not
would count as
exactly slavery.
Not true. Yeah.
It's like buying your freedom.
Yeah, that's slavery. Can I communicate with them telepathically?
No, because that's not a thing you can do.
Damn it.
Okay, so for the three of you who are who have been arrested, you are led into a cave at the bottom of the rock pillar, which very quickly slopes down in this tunnel. And at the bottom of the tunnel there are several small caverns, and each one kind of has this like webbing across it. And they open up the webbing to open essentially 4 cells, because Dexys is going to get his own cell. And they tell you to hand over all your items. Your items are confiscated by order of the Trade Princess.
I'm gonna take note of all my items before I give them, so that they don't accidentally not give something back
Okay, fair enough.
when we get them back.
Twig is meanwhile just like still attempting to convince them that they were just doing harmless trading, even though she knows it. Well, she doesn't know it's not going to work, but we do.
She carries on going. They're mostly ignoring her at this point. In fact, one of them takes Twig and says, "Little one noisy, little one go now." And they pick up like this bottle from a shelf and just shove Twig inside and put a giant cork on it. And just put her inside a cell and put the webbing over the cell while she's also trapped in a bottle. And yeah, although Garrick takes inventory of what he's giving them, he's basically forced to hand over his weapons and his equipment over to them. And
I'm
they
maintaining my innocence, by the way, because technically I did nothing wrong. I was just spectating.
I'm glad this image is relevant.
It's surprisingly relevant. So they take all your stuff and they give you all a receipt for it. In Twig's case, they just lift up the bottle and put the receipt under the bottle and put the bottle back down. You're all given a receipt and told that your items have been confiscated.
I need to bring it back, sorry.
Basically as a deposit for paying for your crimes, and that your property is now belongs to the Blue Wind Cartel. And they close up the kind of webbing that is like the bars of these cages they're putting you in, and they leave you in there, and the guards basically leave, and you guys are left in this cavern.
So I guess we'll just have to wait now, or trust in our friends to do something.
Okay, so maybe Garrick says that, and from one of the other cells that you hadn't noticed was occupied until now, you hear this voice. There's, "You're gonna be waiting a long time, man.
Huh?
Click that don't let nobody out unless they can pay their way."
What, so there's no justice system?
You sort of hear some rustling from behind this webbing, and you kind of get this impression, like this shadow of some sort of fat, squat shape, maybe about 4 foot high, but you can't really make them out properly. And they say, the justice system is the barter system.
Hmm.
If you ain't got a way to pay, man, you not getting out of here.
Well, then I'm fucked because I just bought a card, and that kinda took all my money.
Well, you best get comfy.
That doesn't sit well with me. It's jailbreak time.
You mentioned some kind of trade queen, right? The blue cartel trade queen.
Yeah, you were arrested for vandalizing the trade princess's property, which is basically the entire area.
Any ideas?
Is she around, this queen? Where is she?
Yeah, who you asking?
Just anyone who's in the room.
Okay, so that same voice goes, "Aye, the trade princess be at the top of the highest spire, man. She rules over all these parts. But you have a hard time getting to her from all the way down here."
Can I see if I can reach out with my spirit walking? See if I can, like... I'm essentially trying to take control of her right now. That's my end game here.
That your end game?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how would you go about doing this?
The same way you know, when I with the blood tracker that we had in jail, similar to that, where I just kind of almost like forced my magic onto her, just essentially almost killing the. I feel like doing this with their fucking queen is not such a great idea. Are there any guards outside?
The guards have basically they have gone down the tunnel that is the only way in and out of this cave. You can't see them, but you can kind of like hear their clicking noises kind of echoing down the tunnel, so you'd guess they are somewhere down the tunnel that is the only way in and out of here.
Did they lock us in with a key, or how did they lock us in here?
They've basically put this kind of organic webbing across each of these small caves. So it's like this hard organic substance that's kind of sticky to the touch. But you try and push against it, it kind of just flexes and then bounces back into place.
Is there anything magical about it? Or is it all kind of organic?
No, it's just kind of sticky. It's like a giant spider webbing type stuff.
Can I see if I can make something that's going to kind of dissolve it?
Well, you don't really have anything on you because all your stuff was confiscated.
Oh shit! Yeah, they took everything. Oh god.
You have in your cell some various dirt and rocks and a few little bones that are kind of mixed in amongst the dirt. And that's about it.
I'm not sure then for now. I need to be right back for 5 minutes, but you guys carry on.
Does anyone else want to do anything, either in prison or outside of prison?
Well, outside of prison, did the caravan already leave this place?
No, they haven't left yet. I believe Black Wolf sort of went and checked on their supplies and kind of what state they're in, and sort of was checking over the caravans. But they haven't left yet. They were getting ready to leave as per your instructions, but they haven't gone anywhere yet.
Well, we could go to check up on them.
Okay. Yeah, they're basically they're in good shape. They're the couple of them that were injured have received a bit of medical attention. They're loading up wagons. There's sort of Clicknid who are kind of hovering around, like trying to sell them stuff, like snacks for the journey and like sort of last minute like kind of impulse purchases. But yeah, other than that, they're mostly just getting ready to head off.
Well, that's good. Let's get them on their way, and then we'll figure out what we do with the, jail stuff.
Okay, sure. So, yeah, you hang around and make sure that they get going. A few of them buy a few rations and stuff from the Clicknid, but otherwise they're allowed to leave with no problems, and you kind of just see them take the 3 wagons and the new cart that Garrick bought. They roll on
Nice wagon.
out of this area, and you kind of watch them leave, and none of the guards or anyone seem to bother them, and they head off over the horizon, going north back to the campsite.
Good, good. Okay. Dart, what are we gonna do? Do we break them out?
There's a lot of click around.
We have to go sneaky beavers during the middle of night and stuff.
You want to sneak in the middle of the night?
I don't know. I'm just
Well-
spitballing here.
I'm willing to give it a try. We need to prepare an exit then, because we might have to run away very quickly.
Or we could try to like buy them out if we have something that they want.
Do we have anything that we could use to trade? I don't have really anything.
Stick you guys back in the marketplace.
The
In case
caravan
you
is
want to trade anything.
Caravan probably has a lot of things in there.
Yeah, like supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if we find a guard and ask him to take us where the prisoners are.
Yes, we should do that first.
Yep.
Okay, sure. So like I said, there's quite a lot of these guards around. You find one who's kind of flying low, just maybe several feet off the air, and you kind of call up to him, and he flies down and lands in front of you and says, "Yes, yes. What you want?"
Some of our friends were escorted away to prison, I think, and we'd like to talk to them if that's possible.
What you trade? What you trade for talking?
Ooh. Well, I have.
You don't give them ass kicking if they take you to talk to us.
Indeed.
Is that what you say?
Well, I got silver dollars. Anyone's?
How many silver dollars do you want to give him?
Uh, 3? Enough?
He kind of inspects them, and makes a few clicking noises, and he says, is only okay shinies. You have more shinies? More of these. 2 more of these.
Hmm. I have copper pennies.
Okay.
Are they shiny at all?
It's not very good. Not very good, but we'll take some. Take some. Take 5 of
Thank you.
these. Take 5 of these copper and 3 of these silver shinies.
You got yourself a deal.
Okay, so the guard takes your shinies, and he escorts. I'm guessing the 3 of you to the place where, like, the entrance to this prison cave, and he takes you down this long, kind of winding tunnel, and there are 2 guards kind of stationed about halfway down the tunnel, and they, let the bunch of you pass because you're with this guard, and he brings you down to where the others are in these cells that are carved out of the rock with this webbing across. And he says, "There you go. There, you talk. You talk now. You talk now. You have 5 minutes for talking. Otherwise, more shinies."
Yes, thank you.
And then he kind of like just goes and stands in the entranceway.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
So I hear that this place doesn't have actually any kind of security justice system, that we just have to buy ourselves out of here, and that's about it. So if you could ask someone how much is that bail.
Is the card still there?
The cart, I believe you just sent the cart off with the wagons.
The
The
guard.
guard.
Oh, the guard, sorry. Yeah, there's still a guard, like, just hanging around in the entrance of, like, the tunnel.
Well, I'll ask him that. Excuse me, do you know how much these guys have to pay to get out of here?
The guard says, you must negotiate with Trade Princess. Many shinies. Many shinies for freedom. Lifetime of shinies for lifetime of freedom is good, yes?
That's
Good
only
system,
fair.
very good.
Sounds only fair. Maybe we can come to some kind of agreement.
He looks at you kind of curiously, like leans forward and just clicks his little spiky mandibles and goes, "You have lifetime of shinies?"
We have something.
Give him words.
Sorry, what was that?
Give him words.
Indeed. Well, could we talk to the leader? Let's talk business.
He kind of like he says, "You wait. You wait and we see. You wait and we see." And he kind of scurries back up the tunnel. And you kind of wait for a while, and nothing happens for a good half hour. And that little voice from the other occupied cell just says, "You'd be wasting your time, man.
Who's there?
That mean old princess ain't gonna help nobody, man."
Who are you?
And this figure kind of like just comes up to the webbing, and you see these like big, like kind of wet, slimy fingers just kind of push through the webbing and pull it back a bit. And there's this odd little fat character behind them. He kind of looks like this kind of bloated catfish on 2 legs. And he's just kind of in rags. And like with his big bulbous, fat stomach, and everything about him looks very damp and slimy.
Ugh. What's your crime?
Is he the River King?
No,
His crime is looking ugly.
he's a baron. He introduces himself as Baron Vool.
The River Baron. Does he have a little top hat?
Yeah, he does have a little top hat. It's funny that you
Oh my
mentioned
God.
that. And he basically says, I came here to the talk with the Collected Mon, see if they could help me. My people are in trouble. I came here to see if I could hire some mercenaries. But I'm a soul trader, that's my nature, and these Clicknit, they don't like that. Thought I could do it when no one was looking, trade a few souls for a few soldiers. But they caught me and they put me in here, man. It's bad times.
Mm.
Been here almost a full year now.
Dear God. I feel for you. Wait, you trade souls? Are you like a necromancer?
Nothing so crude, man.
Hmm.
What I do is I just take those souls when peoples be dead and don't need them anymore. Powerful thing in a soul. You catch it and you harness it and you use its power. But I don't force anything on nobody, man.
Hmm.
I'm going to give him a very disapproving look.
That's black magic.
It's bad juju.
It's bad juju, good juju. All juju's good juju, man.
Juju
All
is juju.
bad juju.
Any ideas how we can get out of here?
Well, I was thinking that maybe we could offer, like,
If
Maybe
worse
if,
comes to worse, get me a gun and a knife and I can bust us out of here.
yeah, sure.
I think, remember, we also owe a bunch of money to someone else back in Prosperity Junction. Do you remember that guy for the horses? We promised him a pot full of gold and jewels and shit.
There is also all your stuff as well. We need to track down.
Yeah. We need to kind of... I don't know. Okay, I have an idea. Can we get the guard's attention or something?
Yeah, sure.
Can you... I want to tell him that I want to barter with the Trade Queen.
Oh, well, that's what the other guy
Yeah,
sent
the-
the other
is that-
guard off to
is that-
do.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, you might have been away for that bit. Theo basically sent a guard off to arrange that. You're just kind of waiting to hear back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's wait for that then. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could first see if we have something that they want, or if that's
we-
not enough, maybe like do some favors or some
Yeah.
something.
Or if they let us go somewhere, we can get some stuff and then bring it back for them, and then it means we won't be able to pay off our other debt to the other guy as well for the horses, and maybe
Wish.
get some treasure for ourselves. Yeah. What about the others? What are they doing?
Oh, well, everyone's here.
Yep, they came with me.
Oh, are you guys standing outside our cell or something?
Yeah,
Yep.
literally. Sorry, you missed
okay.
that bit. Okay,
Yeah.
so this guard comes back, and he says, "Trade Princess, see you now. Trade Princess, willing to hear your negotiation. You better make it good, outsiders. Good negotiation, not so shinies. Bad traders. They do not live long with Trade Princess." And several other guards come down this tunnel, and they pull back this organic webbing, and they march you out of your cells. And those of you who are free are allowed to just kind of like follow on behind. And they basically take you up out of the prison caves. And as you're heading up the tunnel, you just hear Baron Vul call out, "Don't be forgetting me, man. Don't be forgetting old Baron Vul down here."
Yes, yes.
Alright.
Don't worry.
I'll do something. Baron Pool.
And yeah, then you're gone, and you're taken out of that tunnel, and then you're marched back out into the marketplace, and all these clickers just kind of like look at you and sort of shake their heads and make hissing noises. And then you're led up this kind of like winding pathway that goes around the outside of the tallest rock pillar that overlooks the market. And it takes you a good kind of like 15 minutes to do this long winding walk up to the top. And you are led inside into another sort of like series of caves in this kind of weird honeycomb network that these rocks have. And up here, where the wind blows quite strongly, like that droning noise where the wind blows through the tunnels is particularly loud. And you are led into what is essentially a large cavernous room. I'm just going to move your tokens in.
That is a lot of treasures.
So many shinies.
Where is this queen?
Start polishing your coins.
Also, before I say, isn't she a princess, not a queen?
She is a princess.
Oh, okay.
As seeing as they don't like
Yeah.
their queens, I'm thinking calling her a queen, and I'm saying this to them, would be kind of disrespectful.
Hmm.
Okay, so the three of you who are free are kind of like allowed to come up into the tunnel, but are stopped by this guard from going any further. The rest of you are led out in front of.
Am I still in the bottle?
No, sorry, they've let you out of your bottle.
Wait, what?
Twig,
Oh,
Twig was in a bottle.
Oh, what? Because you could fly out of the.
No, she was being noisy.
Ah, okay.
So essentially, yeah, this cavern is kind of like just it's still kind of open. There are two tunnels in and out, but both of them are guarded by these very large Clicknit warriors, which are armed with spears. And but essentially, as you can see, the cavern is just filled with enormous piles of shiny chunks of gold and silver and lots of various emeralds, gems, diamonds, pieces of obsidian, just all kinds of shiny, bright, very, expensive objects just kind of litter this whole place in kind of almost disgusting display of wealth. Like, it's just everywhere. It's not even kept tidy. There's just these piles all over the place. And there are these guards, and then there are these two sort of advisor, rather skinny little Clicknid that sort of stand either side of this slightly raised area in the cavern. And on this raised area, in the biggest pile of gold, is this very elaborately painted Clicknid, who you assume to be the trade princess. She's basically painted all of her kind of carapace and her mandibles and antenna and claws with like just various brightly coloured paints, so she kind of shimmers in light as she moves. And she steps forward off her massive pile of wealth, and she raises her head up high to the cavern, and when she speaks it kind of echoes off the walls. And she says, "Vandals? Scum? Those who would damage my property? I am told you wish to negotiate for your freedom. Trade Princess Takai will hear your pleas, but you must pay many, many shinies and many, many special things if you wish to go free on this day. Speak now. Offer what you can, and Trade Princess will hear you."
I will walk forward and I'll go down on one knee and I'll say, like not like just not genuflecting, but like, you know, being very polite. Say, yes, my trade princess, we are adventurers, and we come to bring you riches. However, we cannot do that from ourselves. And can I try and charm her, and, you know, sort of flattering her a little bit, and I'll talk about her lovely carapace.
Yeah, sure. You want to make a communication? I guess it's persuasion. So sure, you can go ahead and have a go at that.
Oh, god damn it. 12.
So you start kind of you're trying to do this whole thing and flattering her and stuff like that, and you're doing okay. And then you notice that, like, kind of maybe next to this this advisor Icknick guy, you see that all of the stuff that he took off you has been put in a pile at his feet, and it distracts you. And you kind of, like, halfway through your flattery, you go, "That's my stuff," and the whole thing's just kind of like just goes down like a lead balloon, and the trade princess just shoos you away with her clawed hands and goes, bad trader you are.
Okay, I'll say,
nothing to offer at all.
That's my stuff that we're gonna use to get you more stuff.
What stuff can you offer? What is this stuff? What is the value of stuff?
Magnificent treasures of all kinds of ancient Clicknid wonders, as well as
You would bring things from the ancient Clicknid, from our dark and terrible past where we were enslaved by the Hive Queens? This is what you offer to me? Me, Trade Princess Takai, who has accumulated all the wealth of the Blue Wind Cartel so as to be free forever and never again to be enslaved?
Surely, Princess, holding these ancient relics would prove that you're free. If you own them, surely it means it would show the world that they no longer own you.
Chief Guard, seize him!
Fuck's sake!
And this guy comes over and drags you over here. And Takai goes, I will not hear this. I will not hear this when our very lives, our very freedom are threatened by an ancient threat. I will not hear this heresy.
Wow, she's crazy. Just fucking burn this place to the ground, guys. They're fucking crazy.
Can I speak up at this point?
Yes, you certainly can.
And basically, I go to the honourable princess. We know that you're having trouble with an ancient enemy from your past. If I'm allowed to mention it?
You may mention.
We have reason to believe a queen has returned.
At this, like, there's this whole, like, shudder throughout the whole room. Like, all the Clicknid kind of, like, flutter their wings in this kind of, like, agitated way. And Takai says, this is secret information. We only just learned ourselves. How do you know? How?
Oh shit, can I say that I'm the one that controls her?
No.
No.
What I'm going to say is, we heard rumours that she was awoken when...
He's got a bullshit for this, come on. He's got some bullshit.
When the... what was the Sorok God King was awoken and defeated, that in turn resurrected one of the queens.
Okay, at this moment, Takai is kind of nodding along with what you're saying. There's another entrance to this cavern kind of down at the bottom. And from like the bottom right corner of the map, from that direction you just hear this clapping sound, like a slow clap. And then with that clap you hear footsteps, and emerging from the other tunnel you see
fucking Calavera, isn't it?
a skeletal figure.
Oh my god.
In a white suit and a large sombrero hat, followed by...
Called it. Fucking knew it.
A a fae who appears kind of very green, and a guy who you recognise as Silas the Preacher, except now fully armed in a cowboy hat with a rifle strapped to his back.
Good day.
Calavera bows to the trade princess and says, in this sort of odd voice of his, which kind of echoes, like just a moment after he speaks, it's like you can hear the same words echoing again. He says, if I may approach my trade princess. And she allows him to. And he says, it is true what this one tells you. That the Hive Queen was resurrected following the death of the failed resurrection of the God King Motsma. What they will not tell you is that it is they who resurrected the very Hive Queen who now threatens your people's existence. It is they who used devious, foul Sorok magic to bring her back to life, and now threatens all of
Nonsense.
Can I hide behind Spret?
you. You can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make myself not visible.
And Calavera says, my compatriot, Silas here, will tell you everything. And Silas comes forward. And he says, it's true, my disgustingly wealthiness. When I was working in their town of Blackor, I heard many stories about how they fought the undead Sorok there, but at the same time they released this horror upon the world, and she escaped with their knowledge. And the trade princess looks between Silas and Calavera, and then looks back to Black Wolf and says, is this true? Do you try to deceive me?
And Black Wolf says, all I know is this is what White Wolf told me.
White Wolf, I have no need for White Wolves, Black Wolves. If you have unleashed this terror upon us, you are the enemy of all Clicknet. All the cartels will hunt you down, will destroy you, will have your people wiped from the face of Umber.
Right,
We have tolerated you outsiders far too long.
I'm gonna like walk up to the trade queen, like stand right in front of her.
You're still being held by this large guard.
Can Spret like push him off of me?
You can try. You'd have to make an attack roll to try and like barge him out the way.
I'm gonna get Spret to like just knock this guy off of me, basically. Not like aggressive. Is that strength then, or?
Yeah.
That's good. Spret has 6 strength now.
Oh yeah, they're kind of a bear thing, aren't they? Or a Komodo dragon.
Intimidation might, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you just make essentially, Spret is trying to like
Pin him down, and so he's not
Okay.
holding me anymore. Yeah.
Can you? Yeah. Well, that's kind of if he's actually trying to attack him and pin him down, that's like a fighting check. So if
This fighting.
yeah.
Okay. It's not might. Intimidation might. Come on.
It's not really intimidation.
Attacking,
But it's might, right? It's like pushing the guy off me.
jumping on someone and pinning them down is essentially a kind of an attack. So
Okay,
I'm afraid it's
fine.
fighting.
Fine. Okay. 16.
Okay, that will work, even against an elite
Okay.
Clicknid. So yeah, Spret rears up on her back legs and basically smashes this guard back with her claws and just pins it down on the ground,
Yeah.
and it makes these. The guard makes a high-pitched hissing noise, but Spret's got him like pinned on the ground.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk straight up to the Hive Princess, the Trade Princess.
Not going well.
I'm gonna say I'm the one that resurrected her, and I'm the only one that's gonna get rid of her. So holding me here is not gonna do very good for your people. So either you let us go and I go and deal with her, or you keep me here and your entire race is gonna become slaves again. Is that what you want?
You admit that it was you who did this foul thing?
Yep, and I did it willfully. So imagine what kind of stuff I can do to you.
Oh dear God.
So if you want me to get rid of her, I'll do it. But you're not convincing me very well, because you're sure as hell not going to get rid of her. This is the only way, guys. I promise. This is the only way.
I doubt it, but it's done already.
She goes, "You can tell me, strange thing. Can you really do these things you say?" And she kind of like takes one of her like long clawed fingers and just sort of puts it underneath Krosek's chin, and she like just lifts up his head and studies him.
Yeah, I can even talk to storm dragons, so I'll tell you what. I'll put my hand like I'll gesture like to put my hand on her face, and if she's okay with it, I'll show her the visions of everything that we've done and that I've done. It's even like talking to the storm dragon spirits and absorbing all their power and shit, and resurrect. I'll show her the vision of me resurrecting the Hive Queen.
Oh, you can certainly try to do that.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm just trying to think what would be appropriate.
Probably be willpower, right? Because it's, I don't know. Or
Yeah, okay,
intelligence.
so I'm gonna say this is gonna cost you, like it's quite a big thing. So
I have a spell called Gain Insight, which I don't know if that would be relevant here.
what does your gain insight spell do? I don't remember.
Increases my. Well, I gain a perception focus of my choice for 1 hour. I don't know if I could cast it
that
on
thing,
her.
Yes. Not really. That's
don't know if
more
it's very
about you
relevant. Okay.
sensing things from the spirit world, right? So.
Okay, no worries.
But
Sure.
yeah,
I just thought I'd
if you
mention.
spend 10 mana points and make
Sure.
a willpower check against hers to check that she won't resist it.
Okay. That's 6, and I stunted as well. 5 stunt points.
One sec, just rolling for her. Okay, so she kind of like pulls back a little bit, but you put your scaled hand against her, kind of like against her face, and you transmit these visions, these experiences, memories of yours to her, and her having quite an alien mind, you're not sure quite how much of it really goes through, but she does at least get a general gist of what you have done. You show her how you resurrected the Hive Queen, and she almost like recoils and pulls away from you then. But then you do show her the other things you have done since. And eventually she pushes your hand away, and the vision is like broken.
Okay.
And she makes a hissing noise and a clicking noise and goes, "It is true, it is true. You did this terrible thing, but you are as strong as you say. You are strong. Maybe you could do it." At this point, Calavera basically says, but my queen, you forget we already have an arrangement. Me and my devil dogs will take care of this problem for you. You must not endanger any more of your people, expecting these charlatans to help you." And Takei kind of looks between Calavera and Krosek and back again. She goes, two offers I have. 2 offers to dispose of my people's greatest enemy. Which shall it be? Which can offer the best, I think?
What does he want from you? I'm sure he wants a lot of wealth and power, right? We just want. Yeah.
Calavera says, I wish for no such thing. My good
What do you want then, Calavera?
I have offered the Blue Wind Cartel only friendship, and a treaty of non-aggression that we may.
Can I interrupt him?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna look her like straight in the eye, and I'm gonna say they want your land. They want to take over your land, and they want to strip all of the minerals and rarities from the soil, and there'll be nothing left for you, my princess. They're lying to you.
And they want all the shiny one.
They want all the most shiny things. That's what they're after. Don't trust him.
Calavera says, These are such obvious frauds, my trade princess. We have already discussed how we only wish to live peacefully and to share everything. We will respect your borders, you will respect ours. That is what we have agreed, yes?
Can we show?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, can I show him the visions of him attacking people and not being truthful about this?
We do also have the journal. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is the journal in our possessions, or does Darl?
I've got it, I think.
Okay,
In
so
that
it'll be
case,
in
it
that
will be
pile.
in the pile that is at Advisor Icknick's feet.
Let's show them the journal and prove it.
How do you want to go about getting the journal?
Can I just attempt to I'm just going to attempt to try and take it and just see what happens if he tries to stop me.
Okay, when you move forward.
Which one is the guard? Because I can't see any names.
Oh, can you not?
Okay.
Oh, I've probably fucked up. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't see any names.
Ah, man. I did this in a rush. Oh, you can't see my beautiful, You haven't been seeing my ClickVid naming conventions or anything.
Yeah.
Are you starting to see them now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I just moved my character out of the way so you can see that guy's name.
Okay, so you should pretty much be able to see who they all are now.
I can't see any Calaveras people's names.
That's pretty much because, well, okay, I suppose you do know Calavera and Silas.
Something's gone wrong with Sprett's health bar.
You have a lot of health there.
It's mostly because you haven't updated it on the token.
Okay.
I have done that, haven't
I
I?
fixed it now.
Okay. So
Right, yeah, so Twig goes up. Can you see Advisor Icknick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got this pile of all the stuff they confiscated from you at his feet. And when Twig flies forward for it, he goes, "Wait! As financial advisor, this property belongs to Trade Princess Takei."
But Krosek is showing her things already, and I need to also show her things. She needs to be able to make an informed decision.
He looks to Takei, and she nods and gives her permission, and the advisor lets you pick up the journal.
So I hand the journal to Krosek, because he can open it more easily than I can.
yeah,
I'll have to lay it down.
I'll flick through it, and I'll stand next to her, and I'll flick through it, as if I'm standing side by side with her and showing her the book and reading through it with her.
What is
Also-
this? Book of scribbles? Book of silly writings? What is this?
This is the proof that Calavera is lying to you and wants to
tell-
take all of your shiny things.
Tell her how we got it.
Yeah, we basically took it off some of Calavera's men.
Well, we
It's a
found it
journal.
off of a dead.
Yeah,
Man,
a dead
didn't
one of Calavera's men.
This Calavera says, You see, my trade princess, they kill and steal without any care.
We
No
don't
care
kill.
for
Your
life or
beasties, Captain.
reason. They are savages.
No.
Essentially, the trade princess can't read this book you're trying to show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's what she's saying is a lot of squiggles.
Um,
So you're showing it to her, but she's just sort of flicking through it
okay.
and saying, "It's funny writings, weird scribbles.
Okay,
This
we'll
means
put the book
nothing to
down.
me."
put the book down. All we want, Trade Princess, is our freedom and friendship, and they are asking that you give them rights to certain lands. And don't you think they'll take more and more and more until there's nothing left for your people? They might not even deal with the Hive Queen. They just want the land for themselves. We're doing what's right here. Fuck, I don't know where I'm going with this anymore.
She claps all 4 of her hands together and says, "Silence! Back, back you get, back you get."
Yeah, I'll move back, and Spret will get off the guard now as well.
Oh yeah, that's good of you. I have heard what you say, and I have heard what the Calavera has said. This troubles me. But our greatest threat is the Hive Queen threatening to destroy our people. Therefore, I offer this bargain. You may go free, and the Calavera may go free. Whichever of you brings me the head of the cursed Hive Queen first may enter into trade deals and peace negotiations with the Blue Wind Cartel. Those of you who do not bring me the head of the cursed Hive Queen will be considered enemies of the Blue Wind Cartel and hunted down like scum, like vermin. This is the bargain I offer you. Bring me the head of that cursed Hive Queen, and you shall have my undying friendship.
We graciously accept this.
A most wise decision.
Calavera starts trying to say something, but she cuts him off and goes, "Enough! Trade Princess Takai has spoken, and now she wishes to bathe in her shinies. Begone! Guards, remove them all from my sight."
Guess we've got next week's quest, boys.
Indeed.
So the guards escort you out of the
We get
tunnel.
our stuff back.
Yes, you're allowed to pick up your various items from Advisor Icknick.
Yay.
So you guys are all leaving by the way you came in, which is through the top left. Calavera's people are escorted out through the entrance to the bottom right. And you are taken back down into the marketplace, where, yeah, all of your items have been returned to you, and you are released, and basically told, to get on with it.
Are the orcs around?
Trolls?
Oh, not orcs. I meant trolls.
The trolls that you're doing a contest with are not to be seen. They've legged it.
Oh.
I think we should probably get a move on.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Except we don't know what direction we're even going.
Oh, I know roughly. I still know roughly. And I could probably find her if I really try. Maybe we can do some tracking as well. Ask.
We'll go back to the caravan first, and then
Yeah.
we'll try to track down the stragglers or survivors.
I do think we need to rush though, because having the Blue Wind Cartel as friends for Prosperity Junction would be really good. And it means
Yes.
it's less friends for Reinhold.
That was actually one of my points that I was gonna make before all these things happened.
I blame Twig.
I was trying to make friends, okay?
I think Twig has given us an opportunity actually, in a roundabout way. Like, we might not have found this otherwise. So I'm just glad we're not dead and that guy didn't
Yeah.
attempt to kill me for attacking him with the spread.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it,
I
we
was
forgot
wondering.
about the other guy.
Oh, we can come back. We'll come back. If we've got the head, she's going to do anything we say. So
Oh yeah. Maybe we should have included him in the deal.
we can add him in. We can add him in. Can we mention it to one of the guards as we're leaving?
What do you want to say?
Say he's one of our companions.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
lost him a long time ago, and that
Yeah.
he's with us.
Yeah, say Rulers with us. Oh, should we say that we'll need him for the journey?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's say to the guards we need Vul. He needs to come with us,
Okay.
and we'll get the Queen's head.
Okay. You want to try and persuade these guards as they're escorting you out.
Does someone else want to do it?
Sweet.
I think I've got the best communication, so.
Indeed.
I've been doing so much fucking talking, and I'm like the worst at it. Oh, I thought I was going to fail all those rolls. Jesus.
So it's going to be hard to persuade them because they pretty much do what the Trade Princess tells them, like to the letter. But you're welcome to try. And yes, okay. Twig manages sort of while you guys are being escorted back down to the marketplace. You sort of blag this whole story about how important Baron Vool is to your mission and how like he's kind of a pivotal part of your plan to deal with the Hive Queen problem and save them all. And so these guards look at each other and they shrug with all four arms, and they're just like, it sounds okay, sounds okay. Best not bother Trade Princess when she having bath. We go get. And a couple of them disappear, and then several minutes later they come back with, Baron Vool. Who's a Baron and not anything else.
Not the trade prince. Image. Oh shit!
And he's this sort of funny, fat, slimy little catfish person is brought out to you and just sort of dumped at your feet. He goes, oh, thank you, man. But the Baron be remembering this for a long time.
Indeed, for sure. I never have enough friends out here.
Try to hold off on the soul trading though, as a favor for us getting you free.
Okay, so they also bring out his stuff, which is kind of like these things that look like dream catchers, like kind of like circles made out of sticks and then like kind of like weird netting in them, and also this sort of odd-looking staff made of kind of like a wood with thorny spikes on it, and they just kind of dump it at his feet, and he picks it up and kind of smooths over his clothes, picks up the staff, puts it on his back. Bundles up his little dream catchers and kind of like puts them into his ragged little jacket that he wears, like a waistcoat. And he goes, the Baron be ready now. Baron got everything he needs. You'll be seeing how the juju works soon, man, I promise ya.
That's good. You mentioned something about the problem you guys have, your people have.
It'd be a sad story, man. I come from far away. Way down in the Midnight Bayou.
Yes.
Strange things be happening there, man. Strange things. The swamp folk be being lured away by... I don't know what you'd even call it, but... a strange force takes them away in the night and they never return. So I travel far and wide. They say, Baron Vool, you the good man, you the power man, you go find someone who can help us. So I use the waters of Umbar. I travel far, and I come here because I know the Kalignids have good warriors, man, but they won't take souls for payment. Souls is all the Baron has.
Souls, eh?
Maybe we could help.
Yes.
When we have the time. And not right at this moment.
Let's take him with us to fight the Hive Queen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And then he's going to die, and I'm going to take his stuff. Or he'll make me one.
Well, he agrees to go with you. He's pretty much like enamored with you guys since you got him out of that hellhole. So he happily kind of waddles along with you guys, just kind of like talking about how good it is to be outside. Although it would be really nice if someone had some water because he's feeling really dried out. And
I give him some of the rations I got from that guy, and like, I'm assuming there's water in that.
Yeah, sure. You got like a little water skin, so you kind of pour it over him, and like he pours it. He just literally just pours it over, like his face, and it dribbles down him. And he goes, that'd be so much better, man. It's so dry out here on the plains,
There's a pond in the middle of the market. Go nuts.
I don't think they'll appreciate it if he goes swimming.
It's too late. He goes, a pond, man, and he runs.
No.
Jumps into the water and starts splashing
arrested.
around.
Don't get himself. Can we go drag him out before he gets himself arrested again?
Is the Trade Princess's water?
As far as you know, everything around here belongs to the Trade Princess.
Fuck.
We could always just make ourselves scarce.
Yeah, let's
We
get out
just
of here.
rescued him. No, we just rescued him.
Look, there's some
Oh,
people you just
let's
can't
go.
save.
He's
I'm
just
gonna-
swimming around in the pond and just drinking water and then squirting it out in fountains while he does backstrokes.
If we all grab him, we can get him out of here.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Let's just drag him away.
Gotta go.
It's because he's been in there so long. You know, he's just a bit crazy. Let's just get him and go.
Eccentric.
Okay, so the guy's kind of causing a scene. All these Clicknid are gathering around the water's edge. But yeah, you guys kind of just wade in and grab Baron Vol, and he kind of acts all indignant. It's just like, what do you think you'll be doing, man? It's my first swim in a year.
Let's skedaddle.
But you grab him and you drag him off with you, and yeah, you guys basically head out the market because you're starting to get some very angry looks from the Clicknid merchants.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, you head back north out of the bazaar the way you came.
I assume the caravan are going to come with us.
I think you missed
they
the
went
part where
ahead.
Theo sent them off.
Oh, okay.
They've gone
sorry.
ahead of you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, given it's gone 10, I'm going to say we'll call it there for this evening. But yes, you've managed to get out. You've managed to get out with your freedom, and with a little catfish
Just
man.
barely.
So it could have gone worse, I suppose.
I feel like you were
Mhm.
going to arrest us, whatever happened there, Wolfie.
No, I really wasn't going to arrest you at all. You went around blowing shit up.
I was trying to make friends.
God damn it.
I
That's
thought
one
you
way of
might,
doing
if you made the right inquiries, find out they had locked up this character. I didn't think you were actually going to get locked up yourselves.
Oh dear. Well, you know, what goes around comes around. It's fine. He'll do us a favour. That was a good. Fucking hell, I didn't expect Calavera to show up.
So yeah, we have to sabotage his attempts.
Oh yeah, can we see his airship anywhere? We should sabotage it before we leave.
No, you didn't see his airship anywhere.
No,
He must
fuck
have
it.
another mode of transport.
Uh-oh.
Or he's really good at hiding it.
Stealth mode.
But yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight, guys. So thanks for that. It was good fun, if a little
Yeah.
unexpected.
The Clicknid's the best race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I feel like Wolfie has fully developed his way of talking for them now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's many different Clicknid accents. It's all about the, their unique speech patterns.
I'm
I
gonna
can
head
just
off.
imagine you sat at home, like, just speaking to a mirror, like,
What, his girlfriend?
no, this one's just not good enough.
He just talks to his girlfriend like that now all the time, just practicing all of the different.
We don't realise this. That's actually just how Wolfie talks.
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
real
shit.
acting voice. I created the Clicknid just so that people wouldn't think I was weird. Cool. Well, I'm gonna head off, but yeah, thanks again, guys, and yeah, if there's any, I know some of you aren't quite done with some of your lovely uppy stuff, so just let me know if you need any help with anything.
Yeah.